Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
Shut up, Lester.
You live in sexual anarchy.
This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin FREAKIN.
You know, it probably is kind of weird that I have Nancy Mace hogtied in the opening of my... But, like, she likes it. You can... Like, I went and found, like, a dom and a sub. Like, it wasn't... But it kind of looks like I've got her, you know, tied up. I mean, yes and no, but it's consensual. God damn it. That could be used as evidence against me. Anyway. I love the Pride Month intro. I always have. I've used that music every year, I think. I haven't changed that one. But I'm like... I love that new intro I made and that song. Like, that's so perfect. I'm glad you think I'm a cool guy, Brooks. Cash paid jobs online. That's... I don't know how to... Because I've been working online for a long, almost a decade now, running my own business, but I have a very specialized skill. So you want me to be fucking broke? I am not cool at all. I'm a fucking dork. Oh, you need something. Brooks, I can actually help you with that. Go get you a Chime account. You should be able to open one of those, even if a bank has turned you down. Go to a Walmart. They have a bank, and when I couldn't get, years and years ago, this was like 15, 20 years ago, when I couldn't get a bank account anywhere else, the Walmart bank gave me a bank account. I actually, with the credit union now, I love them. If you sign up for a PayPal will have a direct deposit for you. So you can actually accept direct deposits, because I run a business and I accept like invoices through PayPal. I run everything through PayPal because it's a hell of a lot easier for my business. And I have account number, routing number, all that good shit to accept direct deposits. Did I say House of Horrors? Did I write House of Horrors? So that should be like 3 good options for you. One of those should save your ass. Checking, because I've been there, my friend. I owed, and this was, I felt like a bank screwed me over, and I ended up owing them like $2,600 or something. So they shoved me down. It was U.S. Bank too. And it was like U.S. Bank had just taken over my bank. It's not Walmart, but most, I don't want to say most. I don't go in Walmart, so I don't really know. But we have First National Credit, I think is what it was called, and we had one in the Walmart Supercenter in the town where I went to college. So it is a bank, but it is inside of a Walmart, and they will give literally anyone a bank account. They know their clientele at the Walmart. Jelly, my friend, welcome in. It fucking happens. As I said, I had that dispute with U.S. Bank, and I thought they owed me money, and they did not see it that way, and they kept charging me.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Yeah, Isa has an egg. You might like an egg. Curiouser said that to me for some reason. Like, I think she was offering to cook me an egg, or she was making egg salad or some shit. Like, she made potato salad. Maybe that was it. She made egg for the potato salad. And she boiled eggs, and she was like, "Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?" And I'm like, ironically, I just made that graphic for the stream.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
He has an egg you might like. Well, Brooks, I'm sorry that you lost your bank account. Light one up, tip one back. Banks fucking sucks no matter what you did. I'm probably on your side. Probably. I mean, there are limits. It's like the don't do anything I wouldn't do. However, that doesn't limit your options very much at all. It does somewhat. There are some things I wouldn't do, like eat pickles. Be like, Justin, would you like to eat pickles off my ass cheeks? No. How about I just eat your ass? Leave the pickles out of it.
Like, I mean, why is everybody so horny here?
I spent so much time getting your lips to look right. Flo, you can have all my pickles. Barkhorse, do you have a specific one you want? There's one with eyes right there. Do you want Maynard? Because he's looking at you. I saw the eye. He ducked down. He's like, nope, I don't want none. No, I would give you my pickles. See, it's a win-win. Curiouser loves pickles. So we go out, like, I don't not get pickles on things. I just give her I get pickles on the side. I do ask for most of my, like, you get toppings for a burger, I ask for the toppings on the side. That's how you do it. Always. Or, of course, did you say specifically which cat you wanted? If not, I'm going to get you a Maynard. Maynard James Kitten has made an appearance. And he ain't happy about it. Anyway, we got some fucked up news to talk about. I think I fucked up my chair too. It started like popping. Where do I even start with this? I'm going to give you the rundown on the results in Colorado. Even Hickenlooper is seeing the writing on the wall. Hold on. Even Hickenlooper is seeing the writing on the wall when it comes to the Democratic Party embracing its left flank. Going to give you a tour of the new Air Force One, which made its first flight. I don't think it was today. I think it was yesterday or day before. Mitch McConnell, that bitch. He might be dead for all we know. He apparently suffered a heart attack. We have the 911 audio. Randy Fine, the really racist congressman from Florida, he about suffered a heart attack. Face turns completely red during a hearing where he goes off the rails. The country was captivated by the couple that scaled the Empire State Building earlier today. I'm going to tell you all about them. Apparently they are... I made the video of like protesters on Empire State Building, but then after I've already made the video, I'm like exporting it and I'm getting everything ready for the title and shit. And that's when I find out, oh, they're famous or semi-famous or whatever. They are a Daredevil couple that have a show on Netflix that came out a couple of years ago. Man proposed to a woman on top of the Empire State Building. It was a crazy sight to watch. I watched it semi-live. It was going on, but I had to go back in order to capture the footage that I wanted for the video. So I was semi-live watching it and I had the video up pretty quickly. You should go follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Bluesky, Threads, X, Rumble, fucking Truth Social. I'm on all those. I forget to post on Truth Social, so I'm sorry if you're following me on there and you're like, hey, I followed you on Truth Social for your shorts videos, because I post a lot of shit that we don't even cover here on the show. So, like, Trump said he wanted to have a threesome with his sons. I posted that video earlier, so we're probably not going to talk about it. And you're like, wait, what? He said he wanted to have a threesome? Yes. He said he wanted to have a threesome with his two sons. His beautiful sons. The whole thing. Fucking weird. Also, like, I should have went live for it. I thought about it. Because he made an appearance. It was the dedication to the Teddy Roosevelt Library in North Dakota, okay? He made an appearance inside the library to give them Teddy Roosevelt's Congressional Medal of Honor. It was apparently in the White House, displayed in... I forget what room it was in. And Trump brought it in order to hand it over to the library, which is fucking cool. And I like Teddy Roosevelt. Dislikes a couple of his policies, but he was a trust buster. He was a true conservative when it came to the environment. And he's a big reason why we have federal lands and parks and shit. So a lot of good about Teddy Roosevelt. There's some bad shit too. Anyway, he takes the Congressional Medal to the Teddy Roosevelt Library that is being dedicated today, open today, and he hands over the medal. So that was pretty much the extent of his appearance other than he made a creepy comment about his kids during that. Then he leaves that and like goes to an actual rally site. So they're having a rally. And I think there's troops there. I don't know what they were wearing. I'm setting the stage for you. Let me go ahead and bring it up here. Because I don't know what they're wearing. Sparkle said it looked like the Confederacy. And I'm like, it's not the Confederacy.
Receive that incredible acknowledgement, except for Arthur and Douglas MacArthur. Arthur was his son, Douglas MacArthur, great general. They're the only father and son pair to receive our nation's highest military award for courage above and beyond the call of duty. Now, as I see my two beautiful sons sitting there, I think I'm going to give one to myself, one to them, and we'll have a threesome, okay? I'll pick out one of the two.
I didn't lie to you. He literally said he was going to have a threesome with his sons. You all heard it. Like I didn't make that up. I didn't twist what he said. Yes, he meant I was going to have a threesome with the Congressional Medal of Honor, but he literally said he's going to have a threesome with his sons. Fucking weird.
Father and son pair to receive our nation's highest military award for courage above and beyond the call of duty. Now, as I see my two beautiful sons sitting there, I think I'm going to give one to myself, one to them, and we'll have a threesome, okay? I'll pick out one of the two.
Now, that's another thing about this event I must tell you, and why I should have streamed it. You see the two teleprompters to his sides. Apparently, they were not working. He made a big deal about this. So when he was introducing Teddy Roosevelt, it was clear he knew nothing about him. What he said was something to the effect of, Teddy Roosevelt did great things in North Dakota. That was the extent of it. And then he referred to him as TR. Like, this whole thing was batshit crazy. I wish I had have streamed it instead of just sitting here watching it myself. I should have shared the insanity with you guys. So anyway, that's why, like, follow all my other social medias, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook, all that good shit, so you can get the shorts videos I do throughout the day. I am Justin Freakin on everything, no matter what, like Grindr, I'm Justin Freakin, FetLife, I'm Justin Freakin. You can find me literally any site, I am Justin Freakin. Have at. There's two Facebooks. Do the one with the most followers. That's the current Facebook. I didn't even finish running there. You just surprised. You'll be surprised at all the shit that's coming. Like the man that lusted after his sister-in-law and ended up killing her, or the pastor who dropped a racial slur. Like, all that's coming at you. I got the update on what happened in Boston yesterday. It was apparently a multi-county manhunt, which was apparently what Donald Trump was also on. He was on a manhunt. He's been saying a lot of gay things here recently. When he was at the G7, he made some comment. That's the thing. I do really good numbers on dumb shit that Donald Trump says. I can't even keep up and make enough clips. Him sleeping. I do numbers on him sleeping. Every time I make a fucking video where he falls asleep in a meeting, which is every goddamn day, guys. Every day. I do big numbers on it. And I can't even keep it, like, I can't even make all the videos of all the times he falls asleep. I can't make all the videos of all the stupid shit. Like, that same speech, he probably said 20 other things that would blow my mind, and like, I had to turn it off. Like, I've got way too much content already from it. I don't like this. I'm not high enough for this shit. I'm this old. Welcome in. Anonymously, par course. Warlord, Flo. Did I get everybody? Brooks, did I give you a proper good afternoon or evening, Brooks? I still don't know. See, I started the show. We came on at 8 o'clock Eastern time. And I was in that time slot for almost 6 years. My mom would never be content for me clinically, unfortunately. Like the one intro I got her to do for my college radio station. I don't know if you've been here when I've played that before. Like I had to twist her fucking arm and she only said it that one time and it sucks. I'm like, do it again. Say it this way. But, you know, the director in me. She's like, no, I won't. You didn't redeem the clock to begin with, man. Are you just redeeming points for no reason? No clock to reset. Lenny, my friend, welcome in. Good to see you. Did I see Holiday? No, it's for the curse clock. For the no profanity. Gender fluid, welcome in. I don't know that you would have a preference since we got Maynard earlier. There's the socks right there. I think we should get socks. There's also a Smokey. But Socks doesn't look like he is comfy yet. I love that Maynard took off running the moment I got up because he's like, I don't want you to show me to him. Socks is the most shy. He doesn't like to be on camera. But he's also the sweetest. He goes, he'll go out into the kitchen and shit, and he'll hang out with Curiouser, and he'll just sit at the bar. She'll pull out the bar stool, and he'll just sit at the bar. He's such a good baby.
A titty slap! Give me those titties,
Come on now.
Give me those titties, huh? Give me those election results from Colorado last night, Karnacki.
Colorado hit the polls today, and we've got some results to share with you starting right here in the United States Senate primary on the Democratic side. John Hickenlooper, first-term incumbent and a former governor of the state, is facing opposition from Julie Gonzalez. Julie Gonzalez, a state legislator who had been aligned with the Democratic Socialists of America prior to entering this campaign. Gonzalez challenging Hickenlooper from the left. Hickenlooper has survived. He has one renomination. He will go to the general election as the Democratic nominee for a second term. But Gonzalez, again, running far to his left, is going to finish.
I do believe she has closed that gap. This was from his morning hit. He did like Morning Joe or something for this one, or maybe it's on the 24/7 channel. I think during the day, Gonzalez has actually closed it to single digits. So that's pretty fucking huge.
This, we expect, with more than 40% of the vote.
Dragon
here.
Wizard, welcome in.
Again, against a longtime political figure in Colorado. Speaking of longtime political figures,
she should not take that as a loss. That was a great
Democratic
showing.
Governor primary here, Michael Bennet. He's the United States Senator.
Yeah.
Other United States Senator. He was looking to trade jobs to become the governor. That will not happen. He's been defeated in Colorado's Democratic gubernatorial primary by Phil Weiser. Phil Weiser, the state attorney general.
Get your ass primaried in the Senate, what, in 2 years?
Bennett's status as a longtime senator, a figure of Washington, D.C. We've seen polling, Democratic voters saying they are not happy with their party's Washington, D.C. leadership. Weiser trying to attach Bennett to that, apparently having some success in that primary. And then there is this, Colorado's first congressional district. This is in Denver. Diana DeGette a longtime incumbent. 30
Kyros has been declared the winner now.
by a socialist, Melat Kyros, backed by the Democratic Socialists of America. There are still votes being tabulated, but you can see...
Once again, that was this morning. Kyros is the victor.
Over to get here, the most...
I tried to get a more up-to-date
very
hit.
favorable to Kyros, very bad for De Gette, and so it could be that, again, that socialist fueled faction of the Democratic Party that we have seen post some big wins in Democratic primaries recently. They may be...
But this was the best breakdown I could get of all the races.
Colorado's 1st District against a longtime incumbent there, Diana De Gette. Again, with
but
still
De
some
Gette
votes
did
to
go
be
down.
there and no final
Another
result
incumbent
at this hour. Thanks for
has
watching.
been
this special
unseated.
report. More news is straight ahead on NBC News Now.
They didn't go into the Republican. Oh shit! What is wrong with me?
Top stories on the NBC News app or watch
You
live
shut
on
your
YouTube
ass up, Tom Llama. Nobody asked you a goddamn thing. Back Lester. Apparently we got some breaking news here. Hold on. We got a naval crew member missing. The fuck? In the Arabian Sea.
Hour, the Navy is searching for a missing crew member after a helicopter had to make an emergency water landing in the Arabian Sea. The new details from Navy's Central Command revealed that an MH-60S Seahawk helicopter went down in the sea that stretches between Oman and India. So here's what we know at this hour. The Navy has recovered 3 of those crew members who were on board. They're all now back aboard the USS George H.W. Bush, and the Navy has made clear there is 0 evidence so far that this crash occurred because of any type of hostile action. NBC's Courtney Kuby covers the Pentagon, as you know. Courtney, this happened around 11 o'clock, I believe, local time, right? The middle of the day. What do we know about the ongoing rescue efforts? You've been on these helicopter carriers. You know how these things go.
Yeah, so this is really the Navy's version of a U.S. Army Black Hawk. So it's the workhorse of the U.S. Navy when it comes to helicopters out at sea. And people might be wondering why there would have even been helicopters that were flying right now in the Arabian Sea. But keep in mind, even...
Why? Oh, I know exactly why they're flying.
Though there is this ceasefire, the U.S. Navy still has about 24 ships out there.
Fucking
and they are
ceasefire,
flying
my
helicopters and
ass.
aircraft every single day. So everything like training missions, some replenishments at sea they're involved in, like dropping things. You can see in some of the video and the photos that we have, they're dropping.
Ain't no goddamn ceasefire, and they might have been doing something. They might have been on an active mission.
They were up for something like that, a training mission or whatever it was, and when this happened. Now, officials are telling us that, yes, it was an emergency landing, but it was what would be considered a controlled landing on the water. But remember what happens when a helicopter, you know this well, hits the water. It starts to spin. There's an urgent search continuing underway right now. It's nighttime there. But I just spoke with an official who confirmed that they still are very urgently searching for that missing crew member.
Well, and the clock is ticking, of course. By the way, potentially auto-rotating down, that might suggest some sort of a mechanical.
It could be. We don't know. They're saying it's under investigation, but I have checked over and over, and they are insisting this had nothing to do with any kind of hostile action.
In fact, it's a little bit south of the ongoing hostile action, right?
A little bit, but they were operating in that area even during the blockade. So, but again, we're asking every single day just to make sure, because there was a stretch there where Iran was firing off projectiles. The U.S. even responded in some cases, but again, this appears to have not been hostile.
Okay, Courtney Kuby, thank you very much.
We thank you for watching.
Oh my God! Shut up, Tom Llama.
Breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
We got a twofer. I didn't see this earlier. I gotta go back to it. Like it popped up. I was doing the breaking news there. I did not, because I watched him in the fucking museum and shit, but I did not see this. Trump apparently talked to an AI. Once again, I told you he was doing the dedication or the opening of the Teddy Roosevelt Museum in North Dakota. This was Trump talking to AI Teddy Roosevelt.
Hey, a president faces storms most people never see. Keep your nerve and remember the nation comes first. You get through. I know you know that feeling yourself.
Well, I appreciate those words. Those words are fantastic. And I just want to say it's an honor to be with you today. We are making a little bit of a tour, some of the fantastic things you've done. Do you consider the Panama Canal your greatest achievement?
Well. Right then, yes.
Good answer.
The canal stands as one of my proudest battles, no question. But greatness is a strange thing. It isn't always the biggest or boldest job that matters most. The Panama Canal showed what America could achieve if we held steady and acted fast when the world dragged its feet. That said, I measure my greatest work by the lives improved. Parks set aside, food and drugs made safe, the square deal given to all, not just to a few. Still, when I stood in the mud watching those steam shovels, knowing ships would pass through, changing the world's map forever, I felt I'd left a mark that would last.
Okay, you did.
Tell them how many people died. You did, and just walked away. You're so nonchalant about it.
Okay, you did. Thank you.
I don't even care. I'm skipping Hickenlooper. You guys don't want to listen to Hickenlooper. I got more interesting shit than John Hickenlooper. Let's talk about Trump's new plane gifted to him by the Qataris.
Taking his first flight aboard the new Air Force One. That's the Boeing 747 jet gifted by Qatar. CNN's Brian Todd is here with us in the Situation Room. Brian, this plane has drawn a lot of scrutiny and for a number of reasons.
Wolf, Pamela, a lot of scrutiny for legal concerns, ethical concerns, and maybe even more importantly...
I was like, who's Wolf Pamela? Wolf, Pamela. I get it. Okay.
Security concerns regarding the president's use of this plane donated by Qatar. But we're going to get to those concerns in just a minute. First, President Trump was just purely excited this morning at the thought of using this plane donated by Qatar for the first time on his trip to North Dakota today. Take a listen to what he had to say.
The head of Boeing said this is considered the best 747 they've ever built. And I went to Qatar. I said I'd like to use it for a period of time because the other ones, as you know, are under construction. They'll be here in 2 years, and because the plane is 35 years old, so I said I'd like to use it. And the Emir Tamim, who's a great gentleman, he said no, I'd like to make a contribution to the country. So it was very nice.
But as
the Qataris snubbed J.D. Vance the other day. Whatever summit it was, where was he at? Sweden, meeting with Rand, and the Qataris and several other countries were there. But also, I thought it was going to take like 3 years to even outfit this thing. I thought it had to be taken completely apart and put back together. Because didn't we cover that, a year ago, about this time last year, when he actually received the plane? So how did it get outfitted for the president that quickly? Because that was my understanding, was like he wasn't even going to get to use the plane. It won't be finished by the time he's out of office.
As we've been saying, there are a lot of concerns regarding the president's use of this plane donated by Qatar. First, ethical concerns. Was it proper for the president to accept this plane as a gift from the government of Qatar? A lot of people believe it was not ethically proper for him to do that. Security-wise, maybe the most serious questions there, because
fucking do ethics matter anymore?
Qataris may be planning bugs on the plane, listening devices, things like that. Did they go over the plane with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that those bugs were not there? Also, security concerns.
And that's the thing. That was one of the reasons why they said it was going to take so fucking long to get the plane ready for the president, because they have to take it completely apart and make sure it's not compromised. So it's totally compromised, isn't it? Like, they did not take this thing completely apart and put it back together like they're supposed to.
Was this a rush job to get this Qatari plane ready? Did they maybe skip through some of the features that are common on Air Force One, like anti-missile capability? Is this plane really properly equipped security-wise? Questions over that.
Oh, well, now that sounds amazing. They may have not put the anti-missile capabilities on it.
We can tell you a little bit more about the specifications of this plane. This is a Boeing 747-800 luxury jet, of course, donated by the government of Qatar. The Air Force spent about $400
Please, governments of the world, do your thing.
Modifying this plane for use. This plane and two other planes are going to serve as kind of placeholders until two other new Air Force One planes are ready. And some historical characteristics of Air Force One that we can tell you. It's made from heavily modified Boeing planes. The current planes that have been in use until today have been in service since 1990, when George H.W. Bush first flew on them. The new Air Force planes have been delayed. The new Air Force One planes, have been delayed. They may not be ready until 2028 or maybe even 2029. Some features of this Qatari plane that we can tell you. It's got leather seats that recline flat. The seat belts are equipped with the presidential seal. The walls and carpets are tan. The light fixtures, shockingly, are gold. The plan is to donate this Qatari plane to the Trump Presidential Library after President Trump leaves office. But guys, a lot of questions about this Qatari plane. And another big characteristic there, you can see it in these pictures. That's what a lot of people actually notice for the first time. The colors are different. He's going away from that traditional.
Also, he's not leaving office. Everybody sees that, right? I said it in 2015. When he first started running, I was on with a right-wing radio host. And I told the guy, I was like, if he gets elected, there's no way he'll leave office. And not a chance in hell. No, it would have been 2016. It would have been after the primary. And I was correct. That plane, he plans on using it for the rest of his life. Guess what? He is wanting to take out a bike park and put in a golf course next to the White House. He's not leaving. They're putting in a helipad where the UFC thing was. They're putting in a helipad now. He ain't leaving.
The light blue of Air Force One to this darker blue.
What are we going to do about it?
Likes this because it resembles the American flag more, and that's one of those features that you can see, of course, with the plain eye. But some of the other features are a little bit more subtle there.
I spent 7 years as a White House correspondent. I was aboard Air Force One on many, many occasions. It's a great plane. The older ones, and I'm sure this new one is great as well.
Yeah, it's good. But again, with the security concerns with this plane, I don't think a lot of those questions have been answered. Are there bugs on the plane? Did they really have it to the specifications that an Air Force One jet has to have? So those questions not necessarily answered at this point.
As far as listening,
I mean, we might not have to do anything. Another country might do it for us.
They can go through that whole plane and determine if there are any devices on
Hopefully they have.
President Trump now has his new Air Force One. As today he showed off.
Shut up, Caitlin. Maybe the Qataris are going to do the job for us. And that's what this whole thing was about. Of course, going to talk about ground transportation. Let me tell you who was transported to the ground. Mitch fucking McConnell. Found unconscious in D.C. home last month. May have suffered a heart attack. Senator Mitch McConnell was found unconscious and may have suffered a heart attack at his D.C. residence before being rushed to a local hospital last month. This is according to a district fire and EMS dispatch call made public on Wednesday. Oh, what the fuck? The New York Post doesn't have the call linked? I just automatically assumed they had it linked in. Supposed to be a video. I have it here somewhere. Just usually the audio would be linked. Also, we've not heard from him since this happened. I brought it up. It's Rudy Giuliani, same thing. We've not heard from him since we heard that he was fighting for his life.
NDA.
That's him freezing. God damn it, where's the call?
Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3, ALS response unconscious, 27 in Charlie. Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3.
So I'm gonna assume that's his wife, who is Chinese. God, what was her name? She was in the first Trump administration. Elaine Chow.
Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3, ALS response unconscious, 27.
Or is that the EMS?
Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3, ALS response unconscious, 2 CCS in Charlie, close of 2nd Street on Charlie 11, 836. Medical local paramedic agent.
So we really can't make a lot out from this. I wouldn't think that is the whole dispatch either. I don't know what we have going on here, but we have not heard from Mitch McConnell. May he rot in piss. God, I can't wait for the day he passes. Someone already updated the Wikipedia on McConnell? What does it say now? I don't see anything. Goes all the way down, leading to some speculating that he has since died or is close to death. Yeah, honestly. Red wine, my lord. Who else snuck in here on me? Clinically, I don't remember if I told you good evening. This old. Welcome, friends. Good to have you all. We haven't talked a lot about the really racist congressman from Florida. He says a lot of really inflammatory shit, and apparently he about blew a gasket today during a committee hearing. Oh, Workforce Committee? The Education and Workforce Committee. Education and Workforce Committee.
Now I'll call on Representative Fine from Florida for your 5 minutes of questions.
Representative Randy Fine.
Do you think it's okay to lie to Congress?
I don't know. Are you lying to Congress?
All right, I'll take that as a no. You said in your testimony that 15 million Americans would lose their health care. Do you stand by that statement?
That is what the CBO said.
Do you know what an American is? Do you know what an American is? Do you know what an American is?
CBO.
No, that is not what the CBO said. Do you know what an American is?
Absolutely what CBO
Okay,
said.
so when the CBO said that millions of, even in that nonsense statistic you gave, that included health care for non-Americans. So you clearly don't understand what the difference between an American and a foreigner who's getting health care coverage is. Given that you sat here and lied, and I gave you the chance to correct yourself, I'm not interested in anything else you have to say.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone else in this committee has as well. Your time is done. I will move on. You can shut your mouth. You lied to Congress. Mr. Newman.
He's accusing the witness of lying.
I am, and I proved that he lied, and I'm moving on with my questions now. Mr. Newman, you testify that for every dollar of...
No, you didn't prove that he lied. What you did was you stated your feelings, that you didn't like his statistics. You didn't prove that he lied about anything. You're just like, well, I don't accept your source. You're a piece of shit.
Lied, and I gave you the chance to correct yourself. I'm not interested in anything else you have to say. Okay. And I don't think anyone else in this committee has as well. Your time is done. I will move on. You can shut your mouth. You lied to Congress. Mr. Newman.
He's accusing the witness of lying.
I am, and I proved that he lied, and I'm moving on with my questions now. Mr. Newman, you testify that for every dollar of care delivered, employers pay $1.
Mr. Chairman, I demand that the member's words be taken down. He's accusing somebody of lying.
He did lie. You want to debate it? He lied. That's not in debate. No one has said...
Mr. Chairman, I ask that his words be taken down.
He lied. He lied. I gave him the chance to correct it. He chose not to. And it was a lie. It's objectively false, the testimony he gave before this committee. I even asked him, does he know what an American is?
Yes, okay. Just pause just a moment.
This old dude don't know what to fucking do.
He can they can be read back. He can retract his words. He can apologize. The chair's gonna have to rule. Right. He is allowed to speak for the rest of the time if he refuses to do that. But that's not acceptable under anyone's decorum.
So what it is, there's a rule that you can't engage in personalities, and that's what they're wanting to strike his words. You can't just attack a witness.
If the witness will just stand by, we are going to recess for a few minutes to work through the legalities of this. Basically, legalities are such that a witness has been charged with misspeaking, and we need to go through that because that is that's a crime. And so,
Mr. Chairman, the problem is violated decorum, the rules of...
The chairman doesn't even know what's going on. Everybody's like, no. It's the congressman who's out of line for breaking decorum. Fuck. He's like, oh no, we need to go investigate and see if you actually lied to Congress because that's a crime.
And we need to go through that because that is that's a crime. And so,
Mr. Chairman, the problem is he's violated decorum, the rules of decorum. He's accused a witness, Mr. Fine has, of committing a crime based on his own opinion. And that's a violation of decorum. That's why I asked for his words to be struck down.
Okay, so we're going to recess and work this through and just bear with us.
You don't even fucking know what's going on.
Thank you. Okay, a little bit of business here. The gentleman from California has asked the gentleman for his words to be taken down. Does the gentleman wish to ask unanimous consent to withdraw or modify the words to which the gentleman objected? Mr. Fine, do you?
No, I'm not taking my words down, so no.
Okay. All right, and the chair is prepared to rule in the opinion of the chair. The gentleman's words are in order.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like a vote, please.
Okay, so we'll take
voice vote.
So we'll take a vote. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, no.
No.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the motion to table is not agreed to, and the gentleman has 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining.
Well, thank you. And I want to thank the ranking member for pointing out that lying to Congress is a crime. I'm going to move on to the questions I was going to ask.
Well, that was wild. Speaking of wild, Carla has a wild ride. Welcome in, darling. Good to see you. It was a wild ride this afternoon if you were watching any of the news feeds of the craziness going on at the Empire State Building. As two people scaled the building, put up a protest sign, and apparently one proposed.
You just never know what's going to happen in New York City. Today is a perfect example of that. This whole stunt had people, including me, looking up for almost an
Stunt is exactly what it was. It was a publicity stunt.
Watch this unfold, a real emotional roller coaster, and thankfully we got a front row seat because of Chopper 4 of what exactly was unfolding. This all happened around noon as people on the ground were just going about.
Listen, I've told you guys, I am deathly afraid of heights. It manifests itself in video games. I get really fucking like antsy, my palms sweat. I'm sitting here watching them live and my hands were sweating. I'm like, I can't believe they're doing that. They're on top of the Empire State Building. They're not tied off. They have no cord.
A real emotional roller coaster, and thankfully we got a front row seat because of Chopper 4 of what exactly was unfolding. This all happened around noon as people on the ground were just going about their day and about their business. It took a little while for New Yorkers on the ground to realize what was going on 1,400 feet above the ground. Of course, at the tippity top of one of the world's most famous and iconic buildings, of course, the Empire State Building, and it was those two people that we could see, and the
He's gooning on her.
that started it all. But what happened after that? Well, yeah, it got interesting. Take a look. A stunning sight atop one of the most famous buildings in the world. A man and a woman, masks on, with a black flag whipping in the wind, more than 1,400 feet above Midtown Manhattan. Wow. Chopper 4 arriving on the scene just after noon. That banner reading, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." That quote often attributed to Jimi Hendrix, though its true origin long disputed.
Ooh, we got a live one. Hey, Fable. The clapping seals in my chat, which is hilarious because my chat rags on me all the fucking time. My chat keeps me in line. My chat corrects me when I'm wrong. So, what else you got? Chat's way smarter than you, which is often. No, you just get really pedantic, my lord. Oh, we're going back to this. There's so much more to this story, but I've got someone wanting to run their mouths, so I can't help myself. It is the Troll Patrol after all. It's my favorite part. Gonna report an illegal family. Buddy, I know you don't know no fucking illegal fucking family. You're just a dumbass racist. I mean, what, do you think it hurts my feelings? You want to go out and be a fascist? Post the ICE number. I'll fucking call them, bitch. Go ahead, post it. What is it? What is the ICE tip line? Let me fucking call them and let them know what I think about them. I'll tell them to suck my fucking cock. Yeah, I'll report the illegal family in the White House. The fucking pedophile. That the dumbass is elected president. I'll report him to ICE. Bro, you ain't gonna win this one. 1-800 I'm a Nazi. Yeah, come in here and try to troll me and get your ass handed to you in front of Rihanna and her fish. You said you were going to post a phone number, bitch. Is that the ICE phone number? Fuck yeah, I didn't have the phone line up. Dipshits could have been trying to call me. I've been missing out. I've got some dude on YouTube keeps asking me what a woman is. Says I'm confused about gender. I'm like, you're the one that keeps asking me what a woman is, and you think I'm confused. Weird. This is the ICE number.
You have reached the Immigration and Customs Enforcement tip line. If you have a life or death emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Your information is very important to us. We are currently experiencing a longer wait time than normal. If you prefer not to wait on hold, you may also submit your information using the ICE tip line web tip form located at www.ice.gov/tips.
Wait a minute, am I going to get talk to somebody? That's even better.
Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed.
Para español, oprima número 4.
If you are calling from a law enforcement agency, press 9. If you are calling about an appointment with ICE or to change your address with ICE, press 1. If you are calling to provide a tip or add information to an existing report, press 2. The ICE tip line is for reporting crimes and violations of United States laws under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. All information received on the tip line will be reviewed by appropriate personnel. ICE retains the discretion to act on information based on resources and priorities. The ICE tip line is for reporting only. Tip line personnel cannot provide any information regarding whether your tip will be acted upon or when it might be acted upon. The ICE tip line accepts anonymous tips by phone and through the web tip form located at www.ice.gov/tips. If you choose to report a tip anonymously, you may simply provide the information concerning the violation. If you choose to leave your name, contact information, or other personally identifiable information, this information may be subject to disclosure during an administrative proceeding or criminal trial.
Why are you like spamming my chat like I'm not going to talk to
Knowingly
him?
filing a false report is a crime, and violators may be prosecuted. Please select from the following options, and the next available analyst will take your call. Hold times will vary. To report the presence of illegal aliens or the employment and exploitation of illegal aliens in the United States, press 1. To report a person suspected to have engaged in a fraudulent marriage for the purpose of obtaining lawful permanent residency in the United States, or an individual or group known to arrange or facilitate fraudulent marriages, press 2. To report an ICE most wanted fugitive listed at www.ice.gov, press 3. To report an individual or group suspected of involvement in terrorism or activities related to national security, press 4.
Unban them.
To report activity, all agents are currently assisting other callers. Please remain on the line, and the first available agent will assist you.
God, how long are we going to be on hold?
Thank you for your continued patience. You can also file your report on our web tip form at www.ice.gov/tips.
Bondi, there ain't no mods over on YouTube. You can go wild. Though clinically can go over there if he wants to.
All agents are currently assisting other callers. Please remain on the line, and the first available agent will assist you.
Oh yeah, Holiday's over there. I'm gonna give up on talking to him just because it's gonna take so fucking long.
Thank you for your continued patience. You can also file your report on our web tip form at www.ice.gov/tips.
No, they're getting trolled like motherfuckers, like I am. The only thing that gets you banned over here is saying shit that will get me banned from whatever platform I'm on. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna police anybody's language.
All agents are currently assisting other callers. Please remain on the line, and the first available agent will assist you.
This could be a fun bit if I get through. It's 7:02. I'll give them till 7:05. That's fair, right?
Thank you for your continued patience. You can also file your report on our web tip form at www.ice.gov/tips.
No, knowing this administration, there's just like one person. There is nobody working in this office. Who gives a shit if they do have caller ID? It's my throwaway number. Why would I file the report online, you dumbass? Watch their hold music get me a copyright on something.
All agents are currently assisting other callers. Please remain on the line, and the first available agent will assist you.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody working at this agency. Same reason I haven't got my taxes back yet. Because if they had to do a manual review... I thought somebody was picking up. Got my hopes up.
Thank you for your continued patience. You can also file your report on our web tip form at www.ice.gov/tips.
I hate waking up and seeing my white skin. No. What? What the fuck? What? You people have some weird fucking thoughts in your heads.
All agents are currently assisting other callers. Please remain on the line, and the first available agent will assist you.
Wish they'd just let me leave a message.
Thank you for your continued patience. You can also file your report on our web tip form at www.ice.gov/tips. ice.gov/tips.
I've come this far. I don't want to give up on it.
All agents are currently assisting other callers. Please remain on the line, and the first available agent will assist you.
It's 7:06.
Thank you for your continued patience. You can also file your report on our web tip form at www.ice.gov/tips.
Come on, pick up. I don't want to let this go. I explained the sunk cost fallacy, though, last night on stream when we were playing poker. Check.
All agents are currently assisting other callers. Please remain on the line, and the first available agent will assist you.
There we go. That should be right. See, Fable, I realize I've done news for like 30 years. I realize that it is a crime to lie to the federal government. The way I was going to get around this was I was not going to say anything that was a lie. I was calling the terrorism line, and I was going to report the pedophile president of the United States. I was going to talk about how he pardoned people that committed sedition against the country, which makes him a traitor himself, that he should probably be given some capital punishment for his attack on this country. Because I was going to tell him, I've got a list a mile long if you want to hear it. He was on Pedophile Island. He fucks kids. You know, he is a national security threat. He wears diapers. We were talking about his plane. Apparently, they didn't fit it the way they're supposed to, because that's supposed to take years to do. So he's probably a national security threat, just flying around in the fucking sky right now. It sounds to me like you hate this country, Fable. Like, I don't understand, like, your mindset. We're all chill and having fun and making fun of people, and you're really wound tight and you're full of hate. You should drop your shitty views, my friend. We have a lot more fun over here on this side. Anyway, back to the people that climbed the Empire State Building earlier today. They were two daredevils from a Netflix TV show pulling a publicity stunt.
You just never know what's going to happen in New York City. Today is a perfect example of that. This whole stunt had people, including me, looking up for almost an hour. Some people holding their breath as they watch this unfold. A real emotional.
Definitely had me on the edge of my chair.
We got a front row seat because of Chopper 4 of what exactly was unfolding.
Heights freaked me out.
As people on the ground were just going about their day and about their business. It took a little while for New Yorkers on the ground to realize what was going on 1,400 feet above the ground. Of course, at the tippity top of one of the world's most famous and iconic buildings, of course, the Empire State Building. And it was those two people that we could see and the massive banner that started it all. But what happened after that? Well, yeah, it got interesting. Take a look. A stunning sight atop one of the most famous buildings in the world. A man and a woman, masks on, with a black flag whipping in the wind.
Looks like she's got a Batman mask on.
Above Midtown Manhattan. Wow. Chopper 4 arriving on the scene just after noon, that banner reading, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." That quote often attributed to Jimi Hendrix, though its true origin long disputed.
And I thought I seen the flag, but then now I see it's two people up there.
The pair perched at the very top of the Empire State Building spire, balancing high above the city.
But we knew that this was some crazy thing happening, so we had to run outside and see what was going on.
For the next hour, we watched from the ground and from the air.
We were like, oh my God, they're gonna fall.
Emergency crews raced to the scene. Down below, New Yorkers, office workers, and tourists who were inside the building headed outside, staring up to the sky, trying to figure out what they were watching.
We went to the 86th floor, and then we were told we couldn't go any higher because there were people on the top. And then a ton of police people came by, running by us up the elevator, and it was a very crazy ordeal.
I certainly didn't see a ton of police. There was just like two that went up the spire.
Climb back down the spire, and before surrendering to police, an unexpected twist.
It looks like he's proposing to her. He kneeled down, said something to her, and now they are kissing at the top of the Empire State Building. This is unbelievable.
A proposal, a hug, and a kiss, all playing out on the narrow steel frame of New York's most famous skyscraper.
Maybe the most common way to propose to somebody, but wow, that was a proposal. It was crazy. It was sweet, but now they're gonna go to jail. That's the sad part.
We've learned this wasn't the couple's first high-rise stunt.
Of course not.
Documenting dangerous climbs around the world and posting it on social media, including today's ascent more than a quarter mile above 34th Street.
At first, we were like, oh, this is so cool. Okay, it's like peace, the flag, and everything in the proposal. But then I was kind of worried because you just never know. Like, there's just like crazy people.
Oh, I've seen many an influencer fall.
NYPD officers were waiting. The pair taken into custody, escorted out of one of the world's most iconic landmarks, bringing their breathtaking and highly illegal stunt to an end.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot, but this is definitely up there. I've never seen people just dangle on the top of the building for fun, especially to send a message.
We did reach out to the Empire State Building about all of this, and a spokesperson acknowledged the unauthorized incident was fully resolved with help from the NYPD, that no one was in danger throughout all of it. But the statement didn't address how these two got past security and how they got all the way up there. They also did end
War Machine, good to see you.
Saying that the world's most famous skyscraper and building here does offer a more practical way to plan a marriage proposal. Live outside the Empire State Building, I'm Jessica Cunnington, News 4.
But that wouldn't be any fun.
There's other ways to make that happen. Jessica, thank you. Well, we now know who the couple is, and that big question remains, though, as Jessica alluded to, how did they get up there?
Yeah, our chief investigative reporter, Jonathan Dietz, you were talking to your sources throughout, and you continue to talk to them. What have you learned from this?
Yeah, witnesses and sources tell us the two suspects made their way through a gated and meshed area that leads to a stairwell that then leads up to a water tower area and that spire. Police sources tell us the suspects gave their names as Angelina Nicolau and Ivan Kuznetsov. The pair have past social media posts showing they've pulled off similar stunts in other cities and other
Oh, God.
They were filming their activity throughout the hour they were on the spire. We are told the NYPD is looking to charge both climbers with a list of counts, including reckless endangerment, burglary, criminal trespass, criminal tampering, and disorderly conduct. If they can show they used any tools to break any locks to get past gates and security, additional charges could include criminal mischief and possession of burglars' tools. No injuries reported. Visitors to the top of the Empire State Building said the pair appeared to break through that mesh-like fencing to make their way up towards that spire. They say security...
Give them a criminal mischief and be done with it.
Until visitors...
Nobody was hurt.
What was happening.
They went up the top, and there's like a cage door, and they went up there. But I didn't say anything because I thought they worked there. Well, somebody asked then.
The police response was unnecessary.
Because they had seen him as well. And he said, no, you're not allowed up because it's only waist length. So, and they went, sorry, I didn't think anything of it because I thought they worked there. And that's why they had access up there.
The pair in police custody. They're expected to appear in Manhattan criminal court in the next 24 hours. The Manhattan DA's office says it is waiting on the full list of charges from the NYPD before it decides how best to move forward. The two stunt climbers taken into custody with lots of questions for Empire State Security. How threatened
breaking and entering, trespassing, it's some low-level crime.
Banner, camera, masks, and other materials.
I want to follow up on that before you go. You and I have been doing this a while. We've covered past incidents. We know it's a quasi-public place, but what does the security view need to look like?
There's a lot of questions for the security at the Empire State Building at this hour.
Seriously, just remember, give them a fine.
There was a terrorist shooting on the 86th floor observation deck.
Recoup the cost of the
down at the ground level with
unnecessary police response
where there was a killing. So
it's a waste of the court's time.
These two individuals got past security with a backpack, an apparent backpack with a banner, with perhaps tools, with
seriously, if I was the judge in the case, that's the way I would handle it. Like, hey, come to some plea agreement today, our first hearing. Prosecution, state, tell me what it is that because they're gonna make a shit ton of money off of this video, off of all their social media, because like that's where they got the picture of her wedding ring. They got it from her Instagram. She gonna make bank off of this shit. They're gonna make bank off of it. Their names are exponentially worth more now because of this stunt. So just recoup the cost of the response. Let them plead out to some low-level charge where they pay a fine. Done. Be done with it. Don't waste everybody's time. Leftist, welcome in. Did you guys finally ban Fable? Or did they just they were throwing a little tantrum and then they wore themselves out and now they're gone like a little kid? Because, Fable, if you're still here, and I kind of doubt that, people like you have to be the center of attention or you're not going to be around. There's no chance you're just sitting here watching the show and taking everything in. Not a chance. But if you do happen to be here, you just missed them, leftist. They said, hold on, let me read some of these. I want you to know people like me exist. When you're in your Twitch bubble, I want you to know monsters like me exist. Brother, you aren't a monster. You're a pathetic little puke. If I had to guess, and I'm probably really close on this one, you were married, you might have a kid or two, but she's got a restraining order on you. And you're not allowed to see your kids, or you're only allowed supervised visits. So that's why you have to get your rocks off coming to Twitch or something to make yourself feel big. Because you got too much time on your hands because you can't see your kids. That's who you are. You're not a monster. You're just a stupid fuck. Oh, so we didn't get him. He just got himself. Well, good riddance to you. I do have the body camera of the arrest of the couple. You'd like to see that?
Eyes on him.
The cop is tied off.
How you doing?
How you doing?
There you are. Rob, you good? How you doing? Well, you can't be up here. What? All right. All right.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
Rob, come on. Give me this.
What, are you gonna cover before you're down? Just let her climb down. She knows how to do it.
All right, bring her to the other side.
It's open over there.
Just bring her over there. So he can come down.
Just so you're,
before he goes back up. What language do you guys speak?
Russian.
All right.
I understand, but not so good.
They're Russian. They seem to speak some English. That's what we were just talking about, War Machine. It just happened like a couple hours ago. So it's like the court should recoup the cost of the response, pay a pittance, a little fine, let them be on their way. Now we're getting into the hard stuff. Oh, by the way, we've got... Get this. So I talked about how we usually do the Capitol 4th on the 4th of July. It's been like a yearly tradition here on the show. We watch Carlton, and they have like the Temptations and Sheila E. This year it's Chicago, Kool and the Gang, Alan Jackson, Carlton, Gary Sinise. You know the drill. It's PBS puts it on. It's a fun little thing. We do it every year. Carlton will do a little. This year, it's not on the 4th. It's not on Saturday, because Curiouser had asked me what I was planning on doing, and I was like, well, do the Capitol 4th. I think it's on a Saturday. I think, no, it's on Friday night. We're gonna watch it on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Can you guess why Capitol 4th is on the 3rd and not the 4th? Here on July 4th. Oh no, there is a reason why the Capitol 4th on the mall, on the National Mall, that's where it takes place, is not happening on the 4th. This year on the 4th of July, our nation's 250th birthday. Do you know what we're getting to headline our birthday party? We are capping off the 250th celebration with a Trump rally. There is a Trump rally Saturday night. It is going to be boring because you know exactly what he's going to say. He's going to say the same fucking thing. He's going to air his personal grievances. He's going to talk about Democrats. It's going to be horrible. It's the 250th birthday celebration America deserves, though, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Not Carlton and Chicago and Kool and the Gang. Nope, we get Trump. Oh man, the squeaking tanks. That was on his birthday last year though, wasn't it? It was the January 14th thing. Clown shoes indeed. Oh, I had a picture. I should have saved it. Did I save it? It was like the two most important bags. And it was the nuclear football, and then it was that Natalie Harp woman holding Trump's diaper bag. I don't remember where I saw that picture. I don't have it saved, I guess. Yeah, we haven't even talked about Natalie Harp. Trump's maybe mistress, if he can even get it up. Definitely his type. And it's sad that I know his type. But anyway, Friday night we'll be doing a Capitol 4th. Saturday will be a Trump rally. Sunday we begin vacation. We're doing vacation week from Sunday to Sunday. So we will be on Twitch watching classic TV shows. We'll not be on YouTube or any of the other things. Unless there's some crazy ass news going on. Hopefully we get to take a summer break. We're into the crime section of the show. City council members are calling on Wilmington police to release the body camera footage of a shooting from last week.
Well, you know, there is outrage. Meantime, it's continuing in the city of Wilmington just a week after a teenager was shot and killed by police.
Was this the one where he pulled into his driveway after a chase? This happens so frequently in this country. I can't keep them separated. I think it's the one where the kid led police on it. He was home from college, led police on a chase, and was shot and killed in his driveway.
Multiple investigations are now underway, and some city council members are even blasting the mayor, calling for transparency and accountability. CBS News Philadelphia's Ryan Hughes is in Wilmington and has the latest.
They killed him. Nothing requires to be 3 shots in the back.
1 week after 19-year-old Kadir Skinner was shot and killed by a Wilmington police officer, city council members...
No, I don't think this is the driveway one.
...to release body camera footage detailing the incident.
Within the next 72 hours...
Once again, police shoot and kill so many teenagers in this country. I can't even, keep them separated. I may have not even heard this one yet.
1 week after 19-year-old Kadir Skinner was shot and killed by a Wilmington police officer, city council members are calling on the police department to release body camera footage detailing the incident.
Within the next 72 hours, the police department needs to at least let the Skinner family and their representatives see the body-worn camera.
Skinner was shot last week near 24th and Jessup Streets after police say he pointed a gun at a crowd of people. And when officers approached, they say he ran. The teen's family says Skinner was shot more than once in the back and have hired an attorney. They question whether or not their son had a gun and claim Skinner was running from a dog.
They treated him like an animal. That was somebody's baby.
During a news conference Wednesday, council members criticized Mayor John Carney for not speaking publicly about the shooting. They are also demanding an independent investigation into the deadly shooting and an external assessment of the police department.
The people deserve to hear their mayor acknowledge this tragedy, recognize their pain and the concerns that exist.
Carney's office told CBS News Philadelphia the mayor was not available for an on-camera interview Wednesday. Earlier this week, Carney released a written statement saying the shooting is being investigated by the Delaware Department of Justice and Wilmington Police. His office tells us the body camera footage is part of the active investigation. And the mayor's office says Wilmington Police will show that body camera footage to Skinner's family, but did not provide a timeline. We are told the officer involved remains on administrative leave. Reporting in Wilmington.
Yep, he got a paid vacation.
CBS News, Philadelphia.
Dude kind of looked like the kid from Toy Story. I'm kind of amazed that we've got a lot of shit going on in the country right now, so I guess all the police shootings and police deaths that are going on just kind of flying under the radar. Remember, the police shot and killed a baby. Just 2 weeks ago? The police shot and killed the cutest puppy you've ever seen in your life. Just 2 weeks ago. This country, man. Yesterday, we were covering a standoff with police that was happening outside of Boston that snarled traffic on the 495 for hours. It was apparently a multi-jurisdictional manhunt. Suspect now dead.
And Maria, police were here for over 6 hours investigating, and right now crews are towing the victim's car from this parking lot. We just learned this all began as an argument between two men that then escalated with one shooting and killing the other. Police say they did know each other but did not elaborate on their relationship.
We were getting food and then you hear a loud bang, right?
Shots fired in the middle of the day at the busy Highlands Commons in Berlin, leaving those here shocked and shaken up.
The person's just lying right there, very still on the ground. It doesn't really look that good.
Police placing a large tent over a car. Investigators saying that's where a man was shot multiple times by someone he knew.
The victim was declared deceased at the scene.
The suspect then taking off in his car, a bystander deciding to follow him, calling it into state police.
A witness from the plaza began to follow a car containing the alleged suspect onto 495 North.
That is where a standoff between him and police took place, shutting down traffic near Lowell. The Middlesex DA saying preliminary reports show that suspect died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. At the plaza, people watched the investigation unfold, becoming emotional.
I'm getting shivers.
Crazy, a town where we live in, it's kind of upsetting to think about.
That's just not something I would wake up and expect to hear that happened here.
That's what everybody says.
Investigators have not released the name of the victim nor the suspect. This is a continuing investigation, and all these stores did remain open as the investigation continues. We're live in Berlin tonight. Jennifer Pignat, the WCBB News Center.
Jen, thank you for that. So let's take you.
Wait, he had an American flag hat made of bullets.
Getting
it was the other dude. Oh my God, he does.
It's kind of upsetting to think about.
That's just not something I would wake up and expect to hear that happened here.
The irony. The irony. The dude saying, it's just a shooting doesn't happen here in America with his American flag hat
kind of
made of bullets.
To think about.
That's just not something I would wake up and expect to hear that happened here.
Investigators have not released the name of the victim nor the suspect. This is a continuing investigation, and all these stores did remain open as the investigation.
Of course they did. Capitalism has to go on.
In Berlin tonight, Jennifer Pignat.
Human death doesn't mean anything.
Thank you for that. So let's take you from.
You got to sell some mooyah.
Who's live where it all ended on 495 in Lowell. Traffic is back up and running on both sides tonight, right, Emily?
Well, Ed, everything is moving out here tonight, but let me tell you, troopers had 495 shut down for hours, stranding drivers as this standoff and shooting unfolded on one of the area's busiest interstates.
It's sad to me that this happens. I mean, it shouldn't happen.
State police troopers, guns out, in the middle of 495 in Lowell, stalling traffic for miles as they tried to talk with the driver of this pickup truck, who investigators say was the suspect in a shooting 25 miles away.
At the same time that events were unfolding here, a witness from the plaza began to follow a car containing the alleged suspect onto 495.
Yeah, it's definitely like a bit nerve-wracking.
Autumn Teresa was one of the drivers stuck on the highway as police and SWAT trucks raced by.
We saw 7 or 8 police cars go by us, and they were using the breakdown lane to get through.
After hours of trying to talk with the driver, crews moved in. 3 SWAT trucks
he was already dead.
Pickup. When a robotic dog was unable to break through the window, the district attorney says police fired a non-lethal round before officers in tactical gear, guns drawn, smashed through the glass.
It appears that the suspect sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wound and was ultimately pronounced dead at the scene.
Neighbors say it's difficult watching a scene like this unfold on the highway near their homes.
You don't want it anywhere near you, this kind of thing, but that's life nowadays, unfortunately. So you do the best you can to stay safe.
Nowadays, you're safer now than you have ever been.
Now again,
Jesus Christ, people. Perspective.
Northbound and southbound have been reopened tonight, but drivers tell me it took them hours to get through all of the traffic today when the interstate was shut down. Live in Lowell, Emily Maha, WCBB News Center 5.
Now is the safest time to be alive ever, specifically in the United States. Well, you're not safe from the cops. You're not safe from the horrors of capitalism, the horrible diet of an America. Yeah, Carla, there's a lot of other... I was meaning specifically about crime. But then that does bring out our trans homies are far more likely to experience violence than any other demographic, and it's sad. It is incredibly sad. White collar crime is out of control. That's what I was saying. Other ethics don't fucking matter anymore. Who gives a shit? Trump's another thing. Like I didn't include all the different clips I could include. That's why you got to follow me on the other social medias. Here's Trump talking about all the money he's made while he's president.
Presidency, Mr.
Well, you know why I'm profiting? Because the stock market's going up. Everybody's profiting. If you have a 401k, how's your 401k done? It's about up 85%. Thank you, President Trump. So we're all profiting. I'm profiting because I have a lot of money and a lot of cash.
Democrats are going to have some real good ads in the fall, I guess. Last story, they were wanting police video released. This one, police video released in Oak Park, Illinois shooting.
This is where 38-year-old Christian Wallace was pulled over by Oak Park police officers and was shot and killed. His mother says she's pushing for justice.
That was my only son. And I'll never be able to see him again. Never.
A father to four, all under the age of 12, is gone. Christian Wallace was Denise Butler's only son.
He didn't deserve to be removed from this earth like that. It's not right. I just want justice for my son.
She's talking about the deadly shooting after an Oak Park police officer initiated a traffic stop for a moving violation.
David, give me a stop.
The city of Oak Park releasing
a moving violation
and dash cam video of the deadly officer-involved shooting. The video was edited by Oak Park police. It happened on May 31st near Austin and Harrison at this gas station. You can see from this body and dash camera, the traffic stop started calm. The officer explains why he stopped Wallace.
Man, you switched lanes without signaling, and then when you came in here, you got a signal outside of 100 feet.
Police say during a pat-down of Wallace, a concealed handgun was found.
The video shows that Mr. Wallace was armed, and we acknowledge that. But the Constitution does not require perfection before it provides protection.
Body cam footage shows the officer and Wallace struggling over a gun outside of the vehicle he was in at the gas station. The body cam video then goes black, which the officer later states it fell off.
Do not reach! Bro, do not reach!
Civil rights attorney Abby Bacchus was only able to view one camera before today. She represents the family and is now watching the rest of the video with the public. Butler says she's not ready to watch it.
Who wants to see their son get shot? Who wants to see that? No one wants to see their child get shot. Under no circumstances. That's tragic.
The family's attorney says she plans to file a civil rights case against the city of Oak Park.
And he was just being harassed for a turn signal. Fuck you, pigs. The man lost his life because a pig pulled somebody over for a turn signal. And apparently he used his turn signal, he just didn't use it properly. Fucking fuck.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Cops don't know what the fuck they're doing. a man was apparently lusting after his sister-in-law. And it drove him so crazy he ended up killing her.
A murder investigation on Long Island. A young PhD student is dead. Police say she was killed by her own brother-in-law. Police arrested 27-year-old Joseph Horner. Officers say he was easy to find because
Horner was
he
horny.
called 911 on himself. News 4's Paisy Chang is in Massapequa tonight with what else police say he told
Horner
them.
called 911 on himself. Horner was too horny for his sister-in-law, killed her, and then called 911 on himself.
She was killed by her own brother-in-law. Police arrested 27-year-old Joseph Horner. Officers say he was easy to find because he called 911 on himself. News 4's Paisy Chang is in Massapequa tonight with what else police say he told them.
27-year-old Joseph Horner did not speak to reporters as he walked out of Mineola Police headquarters. Horner is accused of strangling his sister-in-law, Victoria Castle, until she went limp. Prosecutors say he then sexually assaulted her before calling 911.
The male caller requested police and an ambulance to this location for a deceased female.
Police say Horner was sitting outside on the stoop waiting for police. According to prosecutors, Horner told police he had been lusting after his sister-in-law since 2017, seen here in a picture with his wife. Prosecutors say he acted on Monday morning because his wife was away on a trip. Her family distraught as they left court today.
My understanding is that he was happily married for the past 3 years. He lived in the same house with his sister-in-law, who lived in another apartment. What the motivation was and what the allegations are, we'll figure it out as we move forward.
In court, Horner, who was a music teacher for the Oceanside School District, pleaded not guilty to the charges and signed an order of protection to stay away from his wife. Neighbors who did not really know the couple or Castle were stunned to learn what happened.
Some scary stuff. It's scary. It's very upsetting. We were frightened all day yesterday and last night. It's because we live so close to the home.
25-year-old Castle was a PhD student at Stony Brook, a promising life cut short, leaving her family crushed. The defense attorney says his client's family is also reeling from the shocking allegations.
They're torn. Obviously, they love their son, they love their daughter-in-law and their daughter-in-law's sister. So they're in a very emotional state. Of course, their hearts and prayers go out to the family, but they're very concerned about these allegations.
Horner was not granted bail. He is due back in court on July 2nd, and police did say that those charges could be upgraded. Meanwhile, the Oceanside School District issued a statement saying that Horner has been placed on immediate administrative leave pending review. Reporting from Massapequa, Paisy Chang, News 4, New York.
Why is everybody so horny here?
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
I mean, it didn't mention anything about drugs. And he seemed to not, like, I, as a druggie, kind of know what druggies look like. That dude might have smoked some pot. He didn't look like he was a meth head. Especially given his body weight. People on meth, especially doing meth to the point of psychosis to where you would kill your sister-in-law, you're probably not going to be that chunky. Just throwing that out there. He just became incredibly obsessed with his sister-in-law over 9 years. I've never met a fat meth head. This is America after all. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. They just usually tend to, one, if you've ever done speedy drugs, you tend not to eat, one, because it suppresses your appetite, and two, like it feels like daggers going down your throat. I had to force myself to eat a sandwich one time. I think I was on Molly. We're getting new information in the Savannah. In the Nancy Guthrie case, new details on exactly what went down with the ransom notes and shit. And now maybe a break in the case?
It's been 5 long months since Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. Following an anonymous tip to authorities, a volunteer search party in Mexico was deployed. The Mexico-based group Buscando Corazones.
Oh, to catch people up clinically. I don't know if you know all the details yet. They sent that first ransom note. The very first ransom they're asking for, was it $3 million? And they believe that one to be real. The FBI. I watched Harvey Levin talk about it earlier. And then they sent a follow-up note. What was it? 2 days later, and that was the one that admitted she was dead. And what they believe happened was that they didn't intend to kill her, that they were going to try to get the ransom. They thought they could get it really fast, and she ended up dying on them because she needed medication. And Harvey also said that they were told more likely than not that the second note was possibly fake, or they were unsure about its authenticity, and that's the dude that was asking for 1 Bitcoin.
Which translates to Looking for Hearts, is a volunteer collective of relatives and citizens who tirelessly search remote desert areas for the remains of missing or abducted persons. Now, the tip claimed Nancy was in a shallow grave located in a secluded area near the Nogales border.
You know, somebody's not going to carry a body, clear across the desert or anything like that. So they're usually going to drive to an area that is fairly secluded, but that there's not going to be too much suspect that they're out there.
Now, the Mexican search party hasn't been
local
authorities in Arizona. Nogales police often accompany the search group, and they've learned some techniques for finding unmarked graves like burn marks or uneven soil. Now, they've uncovered 25 unmarked graves so far with their search and plan to continue searching the area. Now, those 25 unmarked graves have not been confirmed yet to hold the body of Nancy Guthrie, but Dr. Daniel Westcott, the director of Forensic Anthropology Center at Texas State University, joins us now to talk about this. Mr. Westcott,
fucking
thank
25.
you so much for joining me. Now, look, we are 5 months into this case now, and this is a very interesting tip that authorities have received. A tip where they believe it's substantive of a full-on investigation in the radius of the Mexican border.
These motherfuckers just went out and started digging in the desert, and they've got like 25 unsolved cases ready to be solved here.
Telltale signs of a grave marker or that somebody has been buried there in the first place. How do you know where to look?
Well, where you're looking is going to depend on the rest of the investigation as far as whether they have certain leads or not. If you have no idea at all, you're typically looking for, places where, you've got a fairly good access to an area, and then, usually, like some dirt roads that maybe you have to go down.
We've had some good old-fashioned bank robberies lately.
But, somebody's not going to carry a body, clear across the desert or anything like that. So they're usually going to drive to an area.
I think this is about the only update we're going to get out of this.
Easy.
I was complaining that we don't get enough good old-fashioned bank robberies anymore. But we've had a few. The FBI shot somebody in Chicago. Not in the commission of a bank robbery. They got away. They committed a different crime like a week later and got shot. Ah. Okay, so, yeah, these next couple of stories are really, really gruesome. This first one, horrible, no good whatsoever. Second one has a happy ending, but still really gruesome. If you don't have the Constitution for it, come back to us in like 15 minutes. You've been warned. We're going to Ohio, where 4 suspects have been charged as the mom, dad, and grandparents after 16 children were found in what has been described as a house of horrors.
We're getting more details, but there's 2 words that investigators keep using, and that's pure evil. And it's because they saw what was inside this house. They're describing what they saw inside this rural home. 16 children in deplorable conditions, in dire need of medical treatment. And now 4 suspects are being charged with 16 counts each, all 4 pleading not guilty. The Ohio Attorney General gave us an update on the case just about an hour ago.
I've done these types of cases for a long time, and I've been in incredibly poverty-stricken areas in the inner city. I've been in poverty-stricken areas in rural Ohio, and I've just never seen anything like I saw today.
Joining me now is Alex Perche and our legal analyst, Brian Buckmeyer. And if you don't mind, guys, if we have the picture of the 4 suspects, because one of the most important things that investigators are trying to do right now is to get any information on these 4 people. This is the Siders family.
Jesus Christ. That's the family from Resident Evil 7. That's the mom and the grandfather that chases you around. His eyeball pops out and he's got like fucking tentacles that come at you and shit. This is the house built on sin. This is the house. God damn.
And guys, if we have the picture of the 4 suspects, because one of the most important things that investigators are trying to do right now is to get any information on these 4 people. This is the Siders family. You've got Elizabeth Siders there with the long dark hair in the corner. Next to her is Gary Siders Sr. Then Christina Siders is the older woman at the top of your screen, and then the younger man is Gary Siders Jr. These are the 4 people that have been arrested. These are the 4 people that the AG and the prosecutor describe as pure.
Oh no. Oh no. This isn't a situation that I think it is it?
Pure evil. They're not going to get anywhere near those 16 children. That's what we're learning now, because they are in police custody, all of them being evaluated and checked out. And one of the most disturbing things that the sheriff said, he has seen his livestock treated better than these 16 children. They were found in a 12 by 12 space, surrounded by human feces. He said it was just disgusting. Both of whom, the sheriff and also the attorney general, said they've never seen anything like this in their life. Alex Perche, the details are horrible.
There's the kids of the brother and sister. Like, if there's only 4 people in the house, are they blood relatives and are they their kids? Now you know why I didn't really want to come out and say it, right? But that's what went through my mind. Oh.
And one of the most disturbing things that the sheriff said, he has seen his livestock
16 kids
than these 16 children. They were found in a 12 by 12 space surrounded by human feces. He said it was just disgusting. Both of whom, the sheriff and also the attorney general, said they've never seen anything like this in their life. Alex Prochet, the details are horrifying. One thing that did stand out to me, though, the sheriff saying the only joy that we're seeing in this is that we're going to change 16 lives for the better.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, that's the only place to kind of go from here if you're law enforcement. But as you mentioned, Kira, I mean, this is something that Ohio authorities have.
This feels like it's worse than any of the horror movies I've ever watched.
Attorney General Andy Wilson, who said this looked like a third world country, that he can't get the smell out of his head. And as you mentioned, the sheriff there for Vinton County said that he had seen
think about the smell
kept in better condition than the children inside of those houses, but 16 of them inside. They range in ages from 18 months to 18 years old. They were largely kept in that 12 by 12 area. And we're also told that this is an interfamilial situation. It's not a human trafficking case, according to law enforcement.
I was right. Ooh. God. Fuck.
But 7 of those children had to be taken to Columbus area hospitals. 2 of them were airlifted, and at least 1 child had to be intubated. Police say they actually stumbled upon this situation. They were executing a search warrant in a parallel investigation when they found this house with all those children inside. And as you mentioned, the 4 individuals, Gary Siders Sr., Gary Siders Jr., Christina Siders, and Elizabeth Siders, have all pleaded not guilty to the 16 counts against them. And now, Kira, those children are in the process of being placed, and the sheriff says timing was of the essence here, because had they waited another 24 hours, they would likely be dealing with a death.
So, Alex, let me ask you, you say they stumbled upon this while they were carrying out another search warrant. Were they carrying out a search warrant on this home? Was it tied to these family members?
So that search warrant was related to a parallel investigation, but Kira, that is it's a fascinating question. It's an important question, but right now authorities have been pretty kind of cagey about what actually tipped them off, what this parallel investigation entails, or why that particular house was highlighted by law enforcement. It's something that we still don't yet know. The other thing that I would say is for that community, it was actually a shock that children were even inside of that house. We've heard from neighbors, and even law enforcement repeated this afternoon, that a lot of folks didn't even know that the Siders had kids. That is how tightly they kept a grasp on these 16 children. Authorities saying that was also an indicator that they knew that they were doing something wrong here.
They haven't seen the outside. I don't know if they're going to mention all the details that I'd already read. The 18-year-old couldn't write her name. This is such a sad situation. This is in Ohio.
All right, so Brian, gosh, I mean, how do you even defend for people like this? I guess that's one question I have for you as a defense attorney, but also what charges do these 4 individuals face? I mean, I don't think anybody, if they, are, we have to say alleged crimes right now, but they were found in the home with these kids. They're behind bars. The AG, the prosecutor, they've seen the evidence. What's going to happen to these 4 people?
Yes, Akira, so a lot to unpack there, but I'll do it like this. They are charged with multiple counts. It was called child endangerment in the 2nd degree in the state of Ohio. That's punishable by 2 to 8 years in prison. And I don't imagine there will be a judge who's going to say, you know what, we'll run these charges concurrently, meaning at the same time. I could see a judge saying, for each and every one of those children, we're going to have some amount of prison time. So if you do the math, you're really looking at not 2 to 8 per charge. You're looking at 16 to 128 years in prison, depending on how the judge wants to step.
None of them should get out.
When it comes to defending, we as defense attorneys, we compartmentalize. I understand how horrible these allegations are, not just as a defense attorney myself, but also as a father.
They deserve, under our Constitution, they deserve a fair defense. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to defend these people. But they deserve somebody to defend them. Pure evil.
But the way that we do it is everyone deserves their opportunity in court to make the argument. It depends on whose house this is. Who has mail going to the house? Were some of these people merely visiting and simply were there at the wrong place and the wrong time? What was their knowledge of what was going on in that home? And what I can imagine is the first person, and I say the first person because there probably will be a first person. The first person to speak to prosecutors and give up information and hope for a better deal is going to find himself in a much better place than the other three.
Let me ask you, Brian, real quickly, because you just mentioned something and I can give you a bit of information.
How can they not all be culpable? Unless the two inbred fucking kids are too stupid to know what they're doing, and the grandparents are some evil masterminds.
And that the home's ownership is listed to a trustee whose name is not among the 4 people that have been charged. This is information that our producers were able to get. It's reportable.
Well, who's that person?
As of 2025, the total assessment valuation for the property was $68,670. You saw the condition of this home. But ownership listed to a trustee whose name is not among the 4 people charged. Apparently, they've been living in this home for 4 years.
Yeah, and so I think a big thing is going to be talking to the community, right? Talking to neighbors. Who did you see coming in and out of the home? How often? What was their schedule? We've heard reporting that people didn't even know there were children in that home or to the extent of how many children there were there. And who is moving in and out of there, bringing groceries, picking up things, dropping off things? That's going to be a big part of the prosecution because the defense is going to try to wiggle their way out of this and saying, I didn't know what was going on. But this is a home that, from my understanding, had 5 rooms, not 5 bedrooms, but 5 rooms, and was 1,300 square feet. You're not going to miss 16 children there. And so make the arguments that you want, but I think this is a very difficult case for the defense and probably should be if these allegations are in fact true.
And as you heard the sheriff, 16 kids living in a 12 by 12 space. It's heart-wrenching. Brian Buckmeyer, Alex Brachet, we're going to stay on this story, of course.
This is the house nobody lives. This is the house built on sin. Fuck. I do this every night, and I keep having my mind blown at the terror other humans can inflict. Several of them were emaciated. One of them had to be intubated on site. The 18-year-old couldn't write her name. I think they also said she had learning disabilities, which the entire family might have learning disabilities. I don't know what's like. And the more I think about it, what if the grandparents, what if they're like not even a functioning IQ? Yeah, the 7-year-old weighing 255 pounds. Fuck. Yesterday's show was just a fucking... In terms of online content, for me to be able to mine for clips, it was an amazing show, but goddamn. So once again, and Ducky, I don't think I told you good evening. Did I give Corey... before I can move on, we need to get high. there's so much beauty in humanity, and you can't have, it's the whole you can't have the good without the bad because there's evil in the world that makes you appreciate the good and yada yada yada. See a cat, get high, yeah. We've done Maynard and Socks, so Smokey should make an appearance. Smokey should absolutely make an appearance. I feel bad because Socks was laying on Smokey's ass. So I don't think I told you good evening. Up and lay down, baby. Yeah, you do. You miss your daddy. Yeah, Socks was laying on Smokey's ass, so I took Smokey's pillow. I do try to always the palate cleansers always end with an animal video, so I do try to give you some, and I try to do like stupid shit. Like at the end of this show, we're gonna find out how many cops it's gonna require for Taylor Swift's wedding. I try to do stupid shit in between all the horrors, and we should definitely get high. I mean, Roblox. I'm not sure what you're referring to, War Machine. Also, I'm very happy to have you back. I was thinking about you the other day, my friend. I was like, I haven't seen War Machine in a while. I hope he's okay. But it's also it's good to check out from the news for a little while. I was just thinking, like, no wonder my mental health takes a dive. I sit here and do the most horrible news stories every fucking day. Just inundated with it. Shelly, welcome in. But that's why we're doing vacation week next week. Oh, I have not finalized the content yet. Is there anything anybody wants, you Twitch people, for vacation week? I think right now I have it at sketch and improv comedy on Wednesday night. Must see TV on Thursday night. We did that last year though, so if you want me to switch it up and not do the blocks, I was thinking must see TV, TGIF, and SNCC. TGIF on Friday night and SNCC on Saturday night. If you want, we can switch it up. I was thinking, hey, maybe we can do a Sunday night, we can do Animation Domination, do The Simpsons and King of the Hill, Futurama, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers. Maybe Monday night music request. So you see what I'm going for here. Red Wine says news. Red Wine, I don't think I told you good evening either. UK Comedy Warlord says, you know what? Do you know what Curiouser and I watched the other night when we were eating our Italian food? We watched Monty Python. I'm sorry, is Monty Python not British comedy? Have I been misled? Oh, you know what we may watch? Let's I've not watched it yet. Let me watch it with you guys. We'll do one night we'll do Life, Liberty, and Larry. That is the newest Larry David show. It's apparently Curb Your Enthusiasm, but it's American history stories. So we'll do that one day this week. I would really like to watch The Rehearsal, season 2. It's like 5 episodes. It's like 5 hours long. I could do it all in one sitting, and you guys need to see it. It is a mind fuck. The show. I watched an episode on stream. We watched the first one. Alien, welcome in. It was about Nathan had a plan to make flying safer and reduce human error, but it's not really about that. It is about something so much deeper, on something on such a whole other level and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. And I would think many people in my chat also have the same diagnosis and would get a kick out of the show. So, Princess Kimberly, I don't think I told you good evening. Welcome in. We are the pendulum swings back. We're gonna get it. We're already seeing it. You saw last night we had another incumbent unseated. We had the leftist one in the governor's race, and the sitting U.S. senator from Colorado got a hell of a run for his money. It is The Rehearsal. It's season 2. It's the guy that did Nathan For You on Comedy Central. I cannot, and the Evanescence. In the last episode when Evanescence played, I'm just like, and my God, that's just the cherry on top. Such a good fucking joke. Such a great payoff. Anyway, we might do something cool tonight. I don't know. A Southern California man. I'm also going to have to hit the content warning for this. And once again, this is one of those happy ending kind of things, I guess. But it's also incredibly gruesome. A man had to have his leg amputated, but he saved his daughter's life.
Now at 10:30, he jumped in front of a car to protect his young daughter. Now this father of 2 will be learning how to walk again after losing his foot in the crash. Jordan Stannard's life changed in an instant 2 weeks ago. He was putting his 2-year-old daughter in the car after a trip to the grocery store when he heard a loud crash.
He immediately knew he had to protect his child, and that meant putting himself in harm's way. KTLA's Sandra Mitchell spoke to Jordan and his wife today from his hospital bed. She is live in Century City with this incredible story.
Yeah, John and Court, this guy has been through a lot. We're talking about 2 surgeries, an amputation, 5 hours of physical therapy every day. Still, he is determined, and he is very grateful when I talked with him from his hospital bed tonight.
Sounds like she's getting ready to report on a street takeover. She's gonna finish this story. She's gonna turn around like, oh, street takeover over here.
I just remember everybody around me screaming, like everybody was screaming.
It was the moment Jordan Stannard's life changed.
Some people were just screaming, call 911, call 911.
From his hospital bed in Century City, the 38-year-old remembering how 2 weeks ago he was hit by a truck.
My first thought was like, hey, get Sadie, my 2.5-year-old, like into a safe place. So I basically threw her into the cabin of my car.
With an out-of-control pickup truck crashing into his Marina Del Rey family while they stood outside their own car, Stannard, a dad of a toddler and a 2-month-old, jumped into action.
Luckily, Jordan saved Sadie, saved her life. And, Jordan managed to save his own life as well.
This is what we got going on down here.
But Stannard had serious injuries to his left leg. Stannard, a marathon runner and Ironman, chose amputation below his left knee so that he can be fitted with prosthetics and return to his active lifestyle.
I have 2 daughters, so there is no decision. It's just like you have to do what you have to do to like get back to holding your daughter, to like chasing your kids around, to helping your wife out raise your kids.
Tonight, Stannard says despite his injuries, he is grateful and determined.
I want to get back to doing the exact same things I was doing. I already registered for the 2027 LA Marathon, so like we're gonna get right back to it as soon as I get a prosthetic. It's just gonna be kind of right back to the things I was doing before.
California, great job. You are an Ironman, Jordan.
Jordan is set to be released from the hospital.
Now that's a
on
man.
Saturday, and he says, don't tell his doctors, but he plans to be back in the gym training on Monday and in the marathon come March. There is a GoFundMe to help his beautiful family with all those incredible hospital bills. We're live tonight in Century City. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Court and John, back to you.
We had the dude in here telling us he was a monster. He wanted me to know people like him exist. No, that dude's a monster. Like, he would John Wick you to protect his kids. You do not want to see what that dude would do to you. Ponder Monkey, welcome in. I do hope he has good health insurance. I mean, he's living in LA, so. But even having good health insurance doesn't necessarily spare you in this goddamn country. Okay, so. The story we're getting ready to do. This is from New York. This man, I think, is probably being unfairly charged. Why is he being unfairly charged? Why are they picking on him? Because his son, who I believe is now deceased, shot a cop. Shot and killed a cop, if I do believe. I'm remembering the story correctly. Cops killed him. And I think they have a vendetta against the dad because of that. So I think he's been brought up on some bullshit gun charge, and he found out his fate today.
Police officers packing an Onondaga County courtroom today.
The man being sentenced, Joseph Murphy, for having an illegal assault rifle. News Channel 9's Lindsay Peters takes us to the emotional sentencing that was about more than just this defendant.
Joseph Murphy left court with orders to report to jail on Friday. Weekends behind bars for 4 months and ankle bracelet tracking the rest of the week is his sentence for having an illegal gun. It wasn't used in the ambush, but it was found by police after Murphy's son murdered 2 police officers, including Paul Jensen's son, Officer Michael Jensen.
I remember entering the trauma room of the hospital and seeing my son's lifeless body on the table.
The world is a better place. I'm sorry.
For the cold hand of my son that could not grip back.
Jensen's family didn't speak in court. A letter from them, read by the prosecutor, described a loss they say they'll never recover from. Murphy was seen huffing several times and at one point chuckling. Prosecutors argue his behavior was consistent with what they've seen all along.
There is no remorse shown on or following April 14th, 2024, from the man who took my son's life or his father, in that it itself poses a continued danger to society.
Jensen's parents were supported by many members of the force.
For those of you who have never got to meet my son, just know how bright and witty he was, and that the pain of losing that.
Oh, I'm sure he wasn't. There are not bright and witty cops. The Supreme Court has actually ruled that the cops are in the right to discriminate against high IQ. They want their cops dumb.
It's beyond measure.
Joseph Murphy's conditions for his sentencing are that he has to arrive every Friday at 5 p.m. at the Jamesville Correctional Facility, and if he
is being railroaded by the cops. He had an illegal assault rifle that he was not allowed to possess in the state of New York. They went and searched his home after they killed his son. During, I think there was a standoff and a shooting between them. Because the kid had ambushed cops. It's a blue state, clinically. So, yeah, there are illegal guns.
Doesn't do that each Friday, he could be facing more time in jail. In Syracuse, Lindsay Peters, News Channel 9.
Murphy was in Florida when his son killed Lieutenant Husak and Officer Jensen. His lawyer said he was holding onto the gun for his other son.
Download the...
So he made two good cops. Yeah, the father had nothing to do with it. They just found the gun when they were searching the house. I absolutely believe the dude was getting real. And that's why he was probably chuckling in the courtroom, because he was getting railroaded. Yeah, where's the NRA on this one? Probably supporting the cops. This is absolutely a violation of his rights. Here's a police chase. Since we're keeping it in New York here, this one was in Rochester.
New details on this high-speed chase that started in Brighton yesterday afternoon and ended...
That don't look like a chase to me. That looks like a police beating.
New details on this high-speed chase that started in Brighton yesterday afternoon and ended with an arrest on Lyle Avenue in Rochester. That chase lasted about 40 minutes. Deputies arrested the driver. His name is Ryan Novick. He was arraigned today and is being held in jail with no bail. We have team coverage for you this afternoon. Chris Fortune is live with a look into Novak's criminal history. But first, News 10 NBC's Garrett Chan is live in Brighton.
He fucked that truck up, and it's hard to fuck that truck up. That was like a Chevy, like 3500. And it was outfitted with like everything but like that extra front grille and shit. Like, it's almost impossible. Those are tanks.
Where it all started with a detailed timeline of that chase.
I'm sorry, it might have been a GMC.
Yeah, Nikki, according to this criminal complaint here, deputies say they spotted Novick in that stolen truck here at Corbett's Glen Park around 12:20 yesterday afternoon. When deputies told Novick to get out of that truck, that's when he reversed, hit this tree, hit a car, sped off toward the grass over there. You can see some...
Oh, yeah, that tree will do that damage. Now we know how he fucked that truck up so bad.
The tire marks left behind, went around and hit another tree and then kept going. From there, he went west on Penfield Road and up to Route 490 westbound. Once Novick was on 490, deputies say he was speeding upwards of 85 miles per hour. The chase lasted for nearly 45 minutes.
Yeah, especially trees that size.
Get out of that truck. That's when he reversed, hit this tree, hit a car, sped off toward the grass over there. You can see some of the tire marks left behind. Went around and hit another tree and then kept going. From there, he went west on Penfield Road and up to Route 490 westbound. Once Novick was on 490, deputies say he was speeding upwards of 85 miles per hour. The chase lasted for nearly 45 minutes. Here's the first time we caught the chase right outside our studio on East Avenue. Around 12:30, we saw the stolen truck speeding down on Lyle Avenue. 20 minutes later, another sighting on 390. Just after 1 o'clock, our crew spotted it on Scottsville Road. Then at 1:15 on Lake Avenue. Around 1:25, a dash cam caught the truck swerving through Norton and Clinton and hitting two cars. We caught it again rolling down Dewey Avenue with the front busted up. Deputies say that's when Novick hit several cars in the area of Dewey Avenue and Ridgeway Avenue. One person broke their arm. Novick continued speeding down Dewey before turning onto Lyle Avenue. The truck finally stopped at Lyle Avenue and Verona Street. Deputies say once the car stopped, Novick wristed multiple police officers as they were arresting him. During the process, one deputy broke a bone in his right hand and a canine's ear and head got cut.
Okay, you all saw the footage. I don't think he was resisting arrest. And clearly, the deputy broke a bone in his right hand. They were just punching the shit out of him. Oh my God.
Now, this criminal complaint says the owner of the truck reported it missing, stolen rather, on June 8th. It also says the keys to the truck were inside, so it made it a crime of opportunity. Deputies say Novick had stolen plates that were placed on that truck too. I reached out to the owner of the stolen truck and the plates. Both didn't want to speak with me, but the owner of the stolen truck got back to me with a text saying he's thankful for all the agencies involved. Live in Brighton, Garrett Chan, Houston, NBC.
Thur, welcome in. Thank you for being a freaking follower. That was in Rochester, New York. Oh, also, I need to correct myself from last night. The pregnant woman that got beat up by the cop, that was in, I said it was Ohio because the reporter said a Buckeye cop. But it was actually in Buckeye, Arizona. I know that now that I've posted the clip and went back and read this story. That was in Buckeye, Arizona. So I was off on that one. And hey, so when I do the shorter clips, sometimes I can't include all the information, right? So I did the pregnant woman getting abused by that cop, and some woman commented on Facebook and was like, there's more to this story. I was like, you're exactly right. There is more to this story. The cop accused her of not having her seatbelt on when she did. She said she only arrested her because she was copping attitude with her. Her only crime was speeding. The cop also apparently touched her coochie and called her nasty when she did it. There's a lot more to this story I couldn't include in the reel. It does sound like something that cops in Ohio would do. Let's do a couple of Florida stories. Apparently, cops in Fort Lauderdale are upset because inmates are getting out of prison, some facility, and they don't have anywhere to go, so they're going into these malls and sleeping overnight, which I think isn't that like the plot of Bad Santa?
Off the top at 6, a Local 10 News hidden camera investigation reveals what's happening at one of Fort Lauderdale's most popular shopping centers. People released from prison say they're being required to spend the night there. Shoppers, employees, even the mayor says this.
Oh, wait a minute. They're being required to spend the night there? Hold on. This story completely different than what I thought. All I had to go on was ex-inmates spending nights at a shopping center. They're being required to? Hold up.
What's happening at one of Fort Lauderdale's most popular shopping centers. People released from prison say they're being required to spend the night there. Shoppers, employees, even the mayor says the city was kept in the dark. So how did this happen? Who approved it? Local 10 investigator Jeff Wines here spent weeks looking for answers. He's live in Fort Lauderdale.
Instead of a halfway house, they're repurposing malls?
Nicole, this began as a tip, a registered sex offender telling us that he was ordered to report to this shopping center parking lot each and every night while he is on probation. We spent
but he's a sex offender,
and we found he's not alone. There's a Whole Foods, a Sephora, families dining outdoors and kids playing. There's a Lululemon, a Dick's Sporting Goods, an Orange Theory, and several upscale boutiques. It's the River Market, one of Fort Lauderdale's busiest shopping centers. It's between Sunrise and Oakland Park Boulevards on North Federal Highway. But as the sun goes down, Local 10 News discovered something happening here that most people would never expect. We spoke to shoppers, we spoke to employees. None agreed to be identified, but all expressed concern.
The safety of the public comes to my mind first. I think the public deserves to know what's going on.
What they didn't know, multiple people released from prison and under Florida Department of Corrections supervision telling Local 10 News they're required to report here each night. Some sleep in their vehicles, others simply find a spot until morning. There are no bathrooms, no shelter, no place to charge court-ordered monitoring devices.
They're not even allowed in the mall.
agreed to speak only if we concealed his identity.
I'm one of the people.
You're one of the people, but you have to stay here 7 to 7.
For 12 hours. Just had a compliance check today. With my parole officer, she came through, we had a compliance check. And they're gonna wonder why I'm here.
This recently released registered sex offender says after serving 26 years in prison, he had no approved place to live. He claims his probation officer gave him this document, told him exactly where to go. The document states, quote, he was approved to reside in the 2400 block of North Federal Highway. The 2400 block of North Federal Highway is River Market. He says he thought he was being sent to a shelter, maybe a halfway house. Instead, he found himself standing in a shopping center, ordered to be here from 7 at night till 7 in the morning. Where did you go to the bathroom?
It wasn't no bathroom. I even told the PO I go back to prison. I told him I'm not finna stay out here.
His daughter couldn't believe the shopping center scenario.
This is crazy. It can't be legal. How could you tell someone and force someone to sleep outside?
Local 10 News searched the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's sex offender website and found approximately 180 transient registered sex offenders and predators listing addresses between the 2400 and the 2800 blocks of North Federal Highway. The Florida Department of Corrections declined our request for an interview. In a statement, the department says it does not assign offenders to business properties.
Fucking Florida.
They say offenders identify and report where they will live, and the department simply verifies the location complies with state law. So how does the department explain what Local 10 documented? Remember, multiple people independently told us they were instructed to report here overnight.
Yeah, it's all about the revenue, so you'd think there would be some contract for a halfway house or something, some facility where they're making the people go stay at, and they're getting a kickback with one of their buddies or something. But no, they're just like, go stay in this parking lot. The hell?
For 180 people using the same stretch of North Federal Highway and a 1 mile radius.
That was just the sex offenders.
We repeatedly asked the department for clarification. We did not get an answer.
Certainly in a shopping center where there are families and kids, this is not an appropriate place. So even if they're sleeping in their cars or under a tree, there's got to be a better answer for this.
Fort Lauderdale Mayor Dean Trantelis says the city only found out about this after we started asking questions.
That's it's Florida. How did they not realize that's a prime way to steal taxpayer dollars? Put them in a little shitty house in a shoebox, and like you charge the fucking state for it. No, they're not even. Maybe they are. Oh shit, they're charging the state for a facility, and they're just having people sit in a parking lot. I was just assuming no one got a kickback on it, but no, they got the kickback, and they did nothing for the inmates. This country. Yep.
The city manager, when she was made aware of this, she immediately directed our police department to look into this and to try to resolve this. So I know we're on it, and we're trying to make this better.
So you have concerns from employees, concerns from shoppers. Do the owners of this shopping center know how their property is being used? We sent several emails. We made several calls. We got no answer. Despite our questions, it appears
the property owners might be in on this.
Going on as usual here. We'll, of course, keep you posted.
I bet they've done some sort of backroom deal with the strip mall owners. And they're like, we'll have the transients come here from 7 to 7, and the police they'll patrol all the time, so it'll keep them in line. We'll send a patrol by like every 15 minutes or whatever, because it's probably in an area that the cops are patrolling frequently anyway. Yep. That's exactly what's going on. And then the fucking owner of the shopping center is getting a kickback. And somebody working for the state is getting some money that should be spent on actual housing for these people when they They deserve it halfway house. That's the situation they need to be in. I'm just gonna assume this next one happened in of Florida anyway. Yep, Tampa Bay. Like, this headline just seems like a Florida headline. A man is accused of pulling a gun on 3 college students. They were just, what were they handing out? They were handing out flyers. Got a gun pulled on them.
First tonight's shocking video shows a man pulling a gun on 3 teenagers. You see it right here. And this is 10 Tampa Bay News at 11. I'm Dave Wagner.
It's good to have you with us. I'm Courtney Robinson. The teens say this encounter happened as they were going door to door for their car detailing business.
10 Tampa Bay News reporter Chris Thur spoke with the teens who say they were scared for their lives.
Now,
demanding our ID.
This is video taken from a dash cam for 2 clean whips. A new business started a month ago by
Oh, of course they're black.
and his friends Gio Lenhart and Santi Salinas.
2 Clean Whips. Great fucking name for a cleaning company. Excellent.
now,
demanding our ID.
This is video taken from a dash cam for 2 clean whips. A new business started a month ago by Aleco's speaker and his friends Gio Lenhart and Santi Salinas.
And we all just decided to come together and make the business and just make it happen.
But what happened late last week, going door to door handing out flyers,
Guys, you already know what it is. We finna go door knocking for the first time today. Let's get it!
we were just very amped up for that day.
has them rethinking how to advertise.
I don't think I'm gonna go door knocking after this again.
Nope.
Really.
On a street near Gulf,
Can't do it in America.
neighbor the young men don't know came up to Gio. They say he started shouting at them, demanding to see IDs.
When he asked me for ID, I reached for my phone, and I just want to record whatever last moments I had.
That video shows the man yelling at them with a gun at his side, demanding to know why they're there.
I can tell you. Can you please put that away? If you want We're not. We're not. I feel like a lot of guns on the street.
Yes,
Nah,
sir,
I hear
yes,
you.
sir. No,
We're not here for nothing like that. I was just like, how could I?
Yep, that's what I would expect. Overweight, multiple holes in his shirt. Sounds barely literate. Yep. Being a racist.
Side, demanding to know why they're there.
I can tell you. Can you please put that away? If you want We're not. We're not.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like a lot of guns on the street. Nah, I hear you.
No,
We're not here for nothing like that. I was just like, how could I get us out of here safely, without anything bad happening to even any one of us? I understand why you'd be worried, but we don't have any bad intentions at all, sir. We just we're just young kids. We're college kids trying to make money this summer. And we
I
just started a
understand that.
business.
Later,
No, you don't.
Another neighbor tells him the handgun is cocked.
I know it is. It's always ready to shoot.
Pinellas deputies say they're still investigating the confrontation.
In a way, it kind of motivated me to just keep pushing.
We call it the 2 Clean Mobile.
These 3 friends aren't letting an inauspicious start to their business stop their entrepreneurial spirit.
I feel like if we just put our hearts to it, we can really do a lot.
In St. Petersburg, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay News.
Well, dudes, I hope you...
Door-to-door sales are legal, although in Pinellas County, you need a permit to do that. There is a stand your ground law in Florida on your private property, but displaying a firearm on a public street in a threatening manner can result in a criminal charge.
Also, I don't think they were on his property, were they? They were at a neighbor's house. Law Dog, good evening. Yeah, fuck that old bastard. That old illiterate bastard. Big Ben. Good to see you, my friend. Failed sneak in here on me. Yeah, they seemed like fine, upstanding young men. Fuck that old motherfucker. Not even having the white presenting kid with him protected the black kids from getting harassed. I don't even know that I want to do this story. I had it on the list for last night. because I thought it was something important and it's not. It's like some sports reporter and she lied about a traffic stop. She said like she talked her way out of it or something, and like now they've released the traffic stop and she lied about how she got out of it or some bullshit. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time with it. I thought it was more fun. It ain't fun. I got more fun shit. Let's keep it in Florida then. This was at the Jensen Public Beach. This video apparently went viral, sparking outrage over a man's behavior because, of course.
I'm Jim Grimes. Well, tonight a viral video from Jensen Beach is drawing widespread attention. A fisherman was confronted by a beachgoer who said he was a firefighter, wanted him to move away from an area where children were playing. That argument quickly escalated, and the beachgoer's wife was recorded using racial slurs. CBS 12 News reporter Victoria DeCardenas has the video of that confrontation. She's joining us live tonight with more on the story. Victoria?
Jim, at Jensen Public Beach, fishing is allowed. It even says so right here on this sign.
Oh my God, that time we went on like a daycation with Curiouser the grandkid, and the grandkid wanted to use fake names. So I said my name was going to be Jensen Jaguar. Esquire. I love it. Jensen Jaguar. I'm going to actually change my name. That's a much better name than Justin Freakin. Watch me change my name. My social medias will take off. Jensen Jaguar, way better. It's fucked up news with Jensen Jaguar from now on. Byronic, welcome in. Jensen Jaguar Esquire. No, I don't like Justin. Jensen's way better. That's a porn name. No, it's the name of the man who's going to bring you the fucked up news.
Loud. It even says so right here.
Justin Jingle Schmidt. Oh God. Okay.
On this sign,
Junior.
one man, a fisherman, was just too close to children playing nearby, and
don't get too close to children.
Into a heated argument. And I do want to warn you, the language in this video is offensive.
You heard me. I didn't hear you. You said what? No. Hey. Say it again.
Oh, hold on.
A titty slap.
Come on now.
Should have gave a titty slap to that dude from the last story. He had huge knockers.
Is offensive.
You heard me. I didn't hear you. You said what? No. Hey. Say it again. No, you. You said no. Gonna be.
A confrontation on Jensen Public Beach escalates into racial slurs.
Oh God, how many racial slurs are getting dropped tonight? The next one is racial slurs as well. God damn.
You heard me. I didn't hear you. You said what? No. Hey. Say it again. No, you. You said no. Gonna be.
A confrontation on Jensen Public Beach escalates into racial slurs, and it's all caught on camera. The video, which has been shared widely online, shows a black fisherman in a heated argument with another beachgoer. The 3-minute video begins with the fisherman, who is recording, asking why the man approached him in the first place.
He was minding his own business, Big Ben. They're apparently confronting him about fishing, that you're not allowed to fish, but you absolutely are allowed to fish on Jensen Beach.
Caught on camera. The video, which has been shared widely online, shows a black fisherman in a heated argument with another beachgoer. The 3-minute video begins with the fisherman, who is recording, asking why the man approached him in the first place.
You just walked over here and you just decided you wanted to come give me a problem today, right?
He told you
couldn't
be right there. That's common sense.
basic humanity is you don't go, even though you're allowed to, right where there's a
If
bunch
I'm
of
allowed
kids.
to, I'm allowed to. The kids gonna run wherever they want to run.
The fisherman says a lifeguard already told him where he could legally fish, and he insists he was following those directions.
If this is where he told me I need to be, that's where I'm at. And then you decided that you were going to police even more and come over here and say, you know what, I don't like where you're at. I want you to move, right?
Yeah, I think this is a poor choice for you.
This is a poor choice for you, buddy.
As the argument continues, the man claims he works for a fire department, but never identifies which one.
So he wouldn't have sent you over here. Where's your badge?
He said,
Who are you? Where's your badge?
I'm fire department as well.
Where's your badge? This is the beach. This is
That's
not
right.
a fire.
On social media, Martin County Fire Rescue said the man in the video does not work for them, and he doesn't work for Palm Beach or St. Lucie counties. We checked.
This guy's just a male Karen for sure.
Beachgoer Jim
male Karen
says he's seen the video online and found it disturbing.
That right there was totally unnecessary.
The video ends with the man's wife trying to pull him away, but before leaving, she's heard repeating that racial slur and continuing to insult the fisherman.
Yeah, that's what you said, right? On camera.
100%.
The dude was just minding his own business.
Fisherman tells me tonight that the fisherman, was in town for a Ballin' on the Beach youth basketball tournament. He has since returned home to New Jersey. As for the man and the woman in that confrontation, their identities remain
Probably Justin Flo.
Reporting live in Jensen Beach, Victoria DeCardenas, CBS 12 News.
That's why I want to change my name to Jensen Jaguar. No, it's Kevin. The male version of Karen is Kevin. Let me give you another example of a Kevin. Only this guy's name is Tony. He's apparently a big-time preacher down in Louisiana, and he was caught dropping some racial slurs. Some audio's gonna kick in here in a second. Yeah, the cop's still in the car. Byronic, did I tell you good evening? Kyle. Well, I wasn't expecting to have the whole ride up. I'm forgetful. This is Tony. This is a preacher by the name of Tony Spell.
I'm going to hang up. What's wrong?
So,
Good morning.
hey,
6'7".
Beating the heat.
It's hot, I know that.
There's no law against that.
Yeah.
He's just sore because I beat the crap out of this little faggot boy. And he's next if he comes over here and harasses these boys.
What?
202, you go tonight.
Mark Anthony Spells.
What's a good address for you?
Right where you're sitting.
Yeah.
So they're at his mega church.
Huh?
1402,
Go back to sleep.
10-8, and 451.
What's a good phone number for you?
Yes, sir.
That's 401 distress. I'm in the area. Did you give a vehicle distress?
Negative, no vehicle description provided.
You're going to start a fire, you got to handle the flames. You don't be sore because I beat his little faggot boy up. You done?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to give you a file card
I don't
with the
need
file
it, man.
number. You don't want it?
It's a waste of my time.
That's fine.
Get to work, boys.
Y'all have
We
a good
done.
day.
So this is law enforcement body camera video of Central Pastor Tony Spell. The video was recorded around 4:50 a.m. last Thursday, just days after authorities said he was arrested for allegedly attacking a 20-year-old man during a confrontation that was captured on surveillance video near the Life Tabernacle Church in Central. Do we have that video? So I guess he's not talking about the cop. Okay, so this guy attacked his neighbor who allegedly threatened to rape and kill his wife. God damn it. How'd I do that? Louisiana pastor Tony Spell attacked his neighbor. A picture from it. We have the video. Here we go.
Meantime, Central Pastor Tony Spell today defending his actions 1 day after his arrest on battery charges after an alleged attack of a 20-year-old neighbor. News 2's Leah Williams got the pastor's version of what led to Tuesday's blows.
This new video shows a man who deputies identify as Pastor Tony Spell yelling what sounds like "I'll break your neck" while charging across the street at a 20-year-old neighbor who he'd been feuding with for years. Spell claims he was repairing a church bus when he heard the 20-year-old yelling and threatening his family from across the street.
He said, "Tony, I'm going to rape your wife. I'm going to rape all of your grandchildren." And he said, "The next time you go out of town, I'm going to kill them."
This dude reminds me of Kevin Spacey, first of all. Really creepy as shit. I don't think this dude said that. That sounds like some shit this guy made up. Just throwing that out there. I don't trust preachers at all.
Been feuding with for years. Spell claims he was repairing a church.
That's the kind of shit that goes through a Christian's mind, like a pastor like that. That's clearly on some kind of ego trip and shit. That's the kind of shit he's thinking about. That's it. It explains the pathology of why they do what they do. They have to have a Bible to live by, or otherwise, like, they'd be raping and killing people because they think about it all the time. So they have to have a God to tell them that's bad. There's something to that, I swear. This dude is thinking about raping and killing people all the time. It's projection. And now he's using it as justification to attack his neighbor that he's been having some issue with.
Year-old neighbor who he'd been feuding with for years. Spell claims he was repairing a church bus when he heard the 20-year-old yelling and threatening his family from across the street.
He said, "Tony, I'm going to rape your wife. I'm going to rape all of your grandchildren." And he said, "The next time you go out of town, I'm going to kill them. And what the F are you going to do about it?"
1 day after his arrest on second-degree battery charges, Pastor Spell went on to claim that church members were also called racial slurs by the neighbors in the past.
"I have a duty and an obligation to protect them."
The fight,
I bet you called them racial slurs.
The product of years of tension between the church and the family across the street.
In mixed martial arts, it's called a back mount.
"I have a duty and an obligation to protect them."
The fight, described by the pastor as the product of years of tension between the church and the family across the street, identified as the Sherwin family. A Sherwin family member told me off camera his family would never threaten Pastor Spell or any members of the church. He went on to call Spell a, quote, bully who gets mad when he does not get his way.
I believe it.
Christy Sloan also lives nearby.
I was honestly appalled.
She believes both sides could be spinning their side and omitting some of the truth.
It's going to take more digging into to find out what might have really happened.
Before addressing media Wednesday, Spell alluded to the fight in a sermon he preached less than an hour after bonding out of jail.
I fulfilled the scripture. I don't know how much recovery they're going to have, but I laid hands on the sick.
When I asked if he was making light of the situation, he had this.
He said he laid hands on the sick. I'm sorry, but Jesus told you to turn the other cheek, my friend, not beat the fuck out of some punk-ass kid because you thought he disrespected you.
Laid hands on the sick.
When I asked if he was making light of the situation, he had this quick reply.
We paid a large sum of money to get out of the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison so that I could be in time for church. This is a serious subject.
Leah Williams reporting now. In a statement, the Central Police Department says Pastor Spell and his wife have called them multiple times over the years. It goes on to read, only one of those incidents was actually a complaint about their neighbors. The fight is being investigated by the East Baton Rouge.
See, this dude's calling the cops all the time. Only one time was it about the neighbor that he supposedly has had a years-long spat with. I don't believe the pastor. I'm automatically on the kid's side. Because this wasn't outside of the pastor's personal home. This is outside of the church. So if that kid's standing outside just saying crazy shit out in front of the church, that's not only his right, that's kind of cool. I'm into it. Fuck with the churchgoers. He seemed like a gigantic piece of shit. Also kind of reminded me of Kevin Spacey. How many cops do you think it is going to take to protect Taylor Swift's wedding? Any guesses? Nobody even cares. Apparently it's 2,000. 2,000 is the number.
The bride has arrived. Taylor Swift flew in from Nashville to Morristown Airport in New Jersey in her private jet and then took a limo to her apartment in Lower Manhattan. The countdown to a wedding is always hectic for a bride, and Taylor is no exception. She has been holding briefings with her security staff and others working on her wedding at her home here in Tribeca. In the afternoon, Taylor left to hang out with her supermodel friend, Gigi Hadid. Tight security is on display at Madison Square Garden today. The guy delivering beer to the iconic venue was made to step out and spread them for a full-body wand search. So was the guy delivering dry cleaning from New Jersey. Vehicle undercarriages were also searched with mirrors as a precaution to detect explosives. A line of employees who work at the garden were waiting to turn in their cell phones before starting work. Taylor's head of security was spotted along with police officers and MSG security staff. Taylor will be protected by a ring of blue, 130 police officers, 50 detectives working multiple shifts, many on overtime.
You've got the most popular, well-known artist in the world. You have the best-known...
Oh, it was 200, not 2,000. I was off.
Hezbollah, any other terrorist organization might take advantage of us.
Hezbollah is not going to attack Taylor Swift. What the fuck?
Ring of blue, 130 police officers, 50 detectives working multiple shifts, many on overtime.
You've got the most popular, well-known artist in the world. You have the best-known arena, Madison Square Garden. Hamas, Hezbollah, any other terrorist organization might take advantage of us.
The pop princess is reportedly spending up to $5 million on security alone. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch refused to talk about the NYPD's role or who is footing the bill.
I would be remiss not to mention an event that we are tracking at Madison Square Garden on Friday night. The NYPD will, of course, have a detail in place, but I am not.
It's on Friday night.
To more specifics on that.
We continue to operate in a heightened threat environment. At this time, there are no specific and credible threats, and we are taking every possible precaution to safeguard our city.
Well, I mentioned it the other night, and I was like, that already happened, didn't it? And I was like, no, it couldn't have happened. If it happened, I would have bound to have heard about it. I would have bound to have seen pictures, right? It couldn't have happened yet. So yeah, it's happening on Saturday. Yeah, that was a misprint in my notes. I'd written down 2,000 cops. It was only 200. Still some taxpayer dollars going for Tay-Tay. I think that's kind of fucked up. Cats apparently react to men and women differently. Why is that? Probably because women have titties.
Time now for the CBS News Philadelphia Pet Project with animal advocate Carol Erickson, the PSPCA, and Marvin, and a really interesting topic today about cats, Carol.
Yes, and the way they
We have Carol the cat lady.
Phenomenal study done in the journal Ethology, which is a boring way to start this because this all the information that came out of that really, really interesting. And there are about 20 different behaviors that cats will use to communicate with their owners because cats have quite the repertoire of ways to communicate with the owner. But probably
Oh boy, don't they.
the important thing that came out of this study, at least the most interesting, was the surprising, possibly understanding of the owner that the cat chooses to talk to the most through their normal cat vocalizations. And who do they choose? Well, apparently cats will vocalize more for male owners than female owners.
Oh, I believe it.
More than twice as much. So why does this happen? Researchers theorize that men aren't as fast to notice or respond to their cats. So the cats had to work harder and vocalize more often to men. So I think that is men giving cats the cat treatment. So
Interesting.
and then women, of course, try harder and maybe too hard because women tend to be more vocal with their cats. They interpret the cat sounds more easily. They mimic the cat sounds, and the cat doesn't
look
talk
at the
much to them.
tuxie.
So it's important to note during this study that nothing
Looks
but
like
the
my
sex of
socks.
the owner could account for the longer time that the cat spoke to the male owner with meows, purrs, and chirps. And actually, they spoke more than twice as much to the male owner than the female owner. So how much cat talk was going on? Cats meowed 4.3 times in the first 100 seconds of greeting male owners when they came home, compared to 1.8 meows in the same minute, 40 seconds for women when the women returned home. Cats also adjusted their communication strategy based on who entered the room. And then the other kinds of greeting behaviors that they show, and maybe you can add to this list yourselves: playing, moving away, rolling over, shaking, licking, yawning, rubbing the owner.
I think it has to do with the cat's personality as well.
Swishing, crouching, stretching, scratching on objects, or cat scratching on themselves, sitting,
Like Maynard just yaks all the time. I can't imagine it would be different if he had a female owner. Like, he's just gonna yak all the goddamn time. He's a very vocal cat.
visiting the food bowl, eating, approaching, tail up stance, and those long
Twitch people, stick with me. I think we're gonna watch a Dark Side of the Ring or two.
Cats are
You guys up
very
for that?
interesting, but I'll tell you what, you ignore a cat, they'll be over pretty quickly. It's amazing. I've seen that a lot.
It's sounding very familiar, this one, Carol.
Yeah. Pennsylvania SPCA.
I think that's what I'm in the mood
so
for.
many animals there. We would love for you to take a look at these two dogs and a cat coming up, but really go down. You got to see them in person. Look, I love this little girl. This is Chanel. What an angel. Look at her. She's brown, white with that little pink face. She is only 1 year old. She is small. She has the best personality. She loves everybody. She just wants to play with you. She came in through our animal law enforcement team underweight, but as you can see, she looks fabulous now, and she just wants a family of her own to play with. Chanel, Pennsylvania SPCA. What an angel. And Maddox, I think some smart person is going to notice this dog. He was found as a stray. He's now one of our longest term residents, which is not a happy thing for him.
Oh no, get him out of there.
Super sweet, people oriented. He went on hiking trips with his Pennsylvania SPCA person buddy, and he was calm, cool, and collected. He's a fun, smart boy. He is struggling though in the shelter. He just hates it in there.
Oh, somebody go get
family,
Maddox.
another dog in the family. He thrives on human interaction. You can go to the pool with him. You can
If
just
you're in Pennsylvania, go see Maddox.
Pennsylvania SPCA. Look how smart he is.
Let's get this boy adopted.
Cat Bella, she came in as a stray as well after being found in an outdoor colony, but would love to go home. And you can see she is.
Bella is a tuxie.
And you know, we have another fresh pet adoption.
I love
event,
tuxies.
today. From 12 to 6:30, our long-term residents were having all their fees waived, and the dog Maddox, the one that you saw, the brindle-colored dog, is part of that.
His fee is waived. Somebody go get Maddox.
It's really, really great. And, you know, this week, the weather's going to be horrendous and hot. Make sure the pavement is too hot for these daytime walks. Shade, cool water, bring them in. Air conditioning, it's for everybody. Four-legged,
turn on some TV for him during the fireworks.
One-legged. You got to watch it this week. It's going to be brutal.
Yeah, and the 4th of July holiday is right around the corner. Those celebrations will start.
We've got the heat dome moving in.
Fireworks are a problem for them.
That's exactly right. Make sure they run away like crazy when they hear them.
Yeah. All right, Carol. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, see you, Carol.
That nothing but the sex of the owner could account for.
Okay, so Twitch people, we're gonna watch some Dark Side of the Ring.
Male owner with meows, purrs,
YouTube people, podcast people,
they spoke more than twice.
Facebook people, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun. We're at the sack. I'm Justin FREAKIN.
Cat talk.
We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol live.
4.3 times in the